LA. Good morning, Escott.
Pero, shut up.
Good morning, Pepe.
20 seconds. Sedano Kap morning show. Kap, it's just me and Briones right now.
What happened?
What's his name?
You know that other guy that's half the time here with us. What's his name? Yeah, him.
Right, he said he's got a Jason Tatum call, remember? He'll be here in a couple minutes.
No,
I forgot.
No, you did?
Yeah.
Buenos días.
Buenos días to you, señor.
Happy Friday.
Y el cuerpo lo sabe.
Happy, you gotta do It's F.A. Friday.
That is true. It is F Friday. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but it's been a great week.
But I am ready for the weekend. I will say that right now.
Gosh, the Lakers.
Here's the thing about the Lakers last night. I'll jump right into it, and I'll go for it until Sedano gets here.
Are you gonna BB go for it?
If you say it the way you normally say it.
BB, go for it!
Yes, now I will BB go
Go for it, Cappy.
Right on. By the way, this is kind of an
interesting
morning,
right?
No Morales. He's been out all week.
Bergie's got the day off.
Well, he still did the blue review, but
he did.
He doesn't know how to take a day off, you know?
He did the blue review.
He still did it.
Did he do it from the office or from the crib?
He did it from the crib, but still, you know.
From the compound, as they say, you know?
Okay, the compound. Gotcha. I thought it sounded cool the way I said the crib. You know?
I did it.
Just sort of flowed out, you know? Okay, so Morales been sick all week. Bergie's got the day off. Sedano's got a Jason Tatum return game production call. Or maybe he's got a meeting with Tatum this morning, for all I know. And that puts half the team out, half the team in.
It's all right. We're still batting 100 or something like that.
It's pretty funny, though. By the way, you sent me a message at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was still sleeping about Shohei Otani, who nearly had a cycle in a WBC game in the middle of the night.
Second inning.
Against
Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, in the second inning, he was like, what can't this guy do?
Well, I had to look it up. I'm like, okay, I see this grand slam that he hit early in the game. And then when did he have the single? When did he have the double?
I just saw the grand slam, which was...
And by the way, Bad Bunny was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's in the house?
He was at the house. He wanted to see Otani hit the cycle.
Really? And where was that game played in Tokyo?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, man, the fans there must have just been going nuts.
Dude, they sell out batting practice. They sell out the stadium for batting practice.
So did the Dodgers when he's there.
Yeah. Actually, that's something I would actually want to go watch.
Oh, for real.
You know, I think I might want to watch Otani in batting practice more than just a regular game. All right, so last night, the Lakers. Let me give an overview for 1 second from where I saw things last night. I give the Lakers a lot of credit. They showed some heart. They showed some fight. They did. Okay, DeAndre Ayton plays 5 minutes. Not that he's like your savior, but DeAndre Ayton plays 5 minutes, and Jackson Hayes winds up scoring 19 points. And Jackson Hayes was really good for a guy who last year got benched, and then everybody ridiculed him. He's no good. Well, of course he was benched. He's no good. I'm like, dude, this guy's been your starter every game, and you benched him and you humiliated him. I was surprised he even came back, but you know what? The kid has shown a lot of perseverance, and last night he got his opportunity because Ayton gave you 5 minutes. That's it. Guts and grit. Ayton gave you 5 minutes, and Jackson Hayes showed you that he got a little fight to him. 19 points last night. Pretty good. LeBron James, LeBron scores a lot early, gets his another milestone along the way. Let me tell you what I think about LeBron and his milestones. Don't care. Does anybody else?
I don't think he really even cares, to be honest.
Yeah. Why would he? I mean, when LeBron broke Kareem's scoring record, I remember so vividly that night the way the Lakers lost that game to Oklahoma City, and it's like, wow, awesome. It's a career milestone. It speaks to the longevity and the greatness of the career. But in the moment, who cares? They lost.
Like the patch on his jersey, right? Who
cares?
Right.
Hey, wow, congratulations. You've played so long, they'll put a patch on your jersey. Who cares? So LeBron last night had a really good scoring first half. And then in the second half, there was some really good passing, but the scoring certainly stopped, that's for sure. I'm not putting last night's loss on LeBron. I'm just making a point that I don't care about these individual career-long accolades. I care about now. I care about winning. And I think that winning and the now is a hell of a lot more important, because even after the game, they're sitting there talking to LeBron, and they're trying to get him to say what he thinks about this next milestone. And he's saying the same thing. But it doesn't really matter that much right now. Although if you ask LeBron after the game about the game, he don't have much to say. If you ask LeBron about himself, he got a lot to say.
I think he was just doing the polite thing by saying it's cool, because that's what, I mean, that kind of stuff, you have to remember, Cap, that when they interview him after he breaks some type of big NBA record, like that's what people, that's the soundbite that they're going to use on CNN or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's stuff that that's a big deal to like the non-ball knowers. So that's a headline. And whether or not the Lakers are winning and losing, obviously he cares about it. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a big deal, I guess.
I guess. I mean, not to me, it's not.
Okay. I don't think it's on LeBron. And I know that I'm biased. I know that I'm a LeBron blazer. But I think that, once again, Luca blew it.
Well, here's the thing about Luca. Luca, we keep talking about this. He's an amazing offensive player. We get it. But even yesterday at this exact time, we were having a conversation about SGA and baiting the referees into foul calls. Can I ask everybody a question? You were all watching the game last night. Does Luca not do the same thing?
Yeah, he does.
I mean, Luca's
calls as much.
But
Luca's driving down the floor. He's got a one-on-one. He winds up taking this crazy shot that is a very, very low percentage. Got a defender draped all over him. Luca takes this shot and then falls over and then gets the call. And to me, it looks exactly like what SGA does. Now, here's the part. I'm going to just say it, and everybody else, you guys tell me what you think. Watching Luca every day. I've said this a million times. When he was in Dallas, I didn't watch him every day. I watched him on SportsCenter. I saw Luca highlights. I saw him play in the playoffs. But I wasn't watching him every single game for every single minute. It's almost, honestly, it's almost really hard to watch.
It's hard to watch. A lot of people have been saying that it's tough to watch.
He's a very likable character. He's a young, good-looking, fresh-faced kid. He's talented. He's rich. The Lakers got him. He's your future star. But honestly, watching him night in and night out, as good as he is offensively, it's annoying. I mean, it's really annoying. He bitches at the referees every single play. The whistle blows and there's a timeout, and his first move is right to the referees. The half ends, and they don't even go to the locker room. They have to stand out there and have a full debate with the referees. And even on a play where he's got a defender draped all over him, he's right by the boundary. He's just a little bit outside the three-point line. He takes a crazy three, drains it, falls, is down on his tuchus, and he's even after he made it, he's still barking at the referees. And then last night to get the technical foul, where now he's like one away from facing a suspension. It's like, listen, I got it. He's rich. People tell him he's a prodigy. Everybody's been kissing this guy's ass since he's 13 years old. I got it. Somebody has to have the courage to say to him, you're hurting the team with all of your bitching and complaining to the referees.
Got it.
And let me tell you something. When he gets suspended, not if, when he gets suspended, I promise you, it will be against the team that you need him. Like he'll be suspended for the Knicks this weekend, or he'll be suspended against Minnesota on Tuesday of the upcoming week. He'll be suspended perhaps next week when you play Denver for a second time. He'll get another team. He'll get suspended, and he won't be available for an important game.
So I got a question, Cappy. Don't you think that Luca, as somebody who says, like, he's always had very high praise for LeBron, he's watched him, looked up to him, blah, blah, blah. Do you think that LeBron, should pull him aside and be like, hey, man, what are you doing? Cut it out. Do you think that conversation has happened? And if it hasn't, do you think it needs to happen? Because if he looks up to him, which he does, even though, it's going to be Luca's team, don't you think you should pull him aside and be like, cut it out?
Well, I think there's the message of cut it out could be delivered just ever so slightly differently.
Because you got
to. Well, listen, if LeBron James cares about Luca, and if he cares at all about the future of the Lakers that he might not be a part of, if LeBron is the 41-year-old veteran that these guys look up to, if LeBron James wanted to, and that's the question of if he wants to, if LeBron James pulled over to Luca and said, hey, Luca, listen, I bitch and complain about the referees a lot too. I do. I got it. But I'm just here to tell you, man, for you and for your career, which is already great, we got it. We understand how great of a player you are. But to maximize your greatness, I'm just here to tell you, you've got to learn to control your emotions on the floor. And you cannot cry to the referees every single play. And I don't know about the rest of you guys, because I know a lot of people, hey, you got a player, you love that player, they bring you joy, you will always stick up for the player. But I'm just here to tell you that watching him every day, it's becoming draining. And if that's how we feel, and by the way, I don't know if it's everybody, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Imagine what his teammates must feel like. Imagine what his coach must feel like. Imagine what the organization must feel like. We get it. You're awesome. You're great. You're great offensively. We'll allow you to not play defense because we understand that we're getting your best on offense. We're getting your worst on defense. We'll live with that. But man, oh man, can you please stop complaining to the referees every single play? If there are 100 possessions in a game, he's complaining 99 of 100 possessions, no matter if he makes it or he misses it. Am I exaggerating?
I don't think you are, and I think that now that this has become like a national story and everyone's kind of latched onto this conversation, it's more noticeable. Like, you notice it more, because we're watching closely, and now it's like, oh, here he goes again. So I just feel like it's one of those things where he is who he is. He is the player that he is, but in order for him to be great and be the guy, and he gets this max contract, and he's one of the greatest players. I know everyone says he's the greatest offensive player, but don't you think he needs to give a little more as like a teammate?
Well,
that's just it. Is listen, if you can't play defense, and we're counting on you to score, and all you do is bark and complain to the referees, and we're not getting certain calls that maybe we should get because the referees now have, they got a Woody for you. You know what, man? You got to calm down. You got to control your emotions, and it's just. The problem is you can't say anything to him because it's already baked in, meaning he's been doing this. I would bet you that if we could go back and find tapes of Luca playing when he's 10, 11, 12 years old, I'll bet you it started there. Well, and he was so great that nobody ever wanted to tell him, or no one ever wanted to coach it out of him, or could coach it out of him.
So I heard Chris Canty talking about this morning on Unsportsmanlike with Evan Canty and Michelle, and he said, obviously it's different in the NFL, but he said as an NFL player, you know who the refs are going to be each week because you kind of get a scouting report on them and how they call things. And same with the NBA, they know who the refs are going to be ahead of time. And he said, you would always make it a point to, like, during those times where there's either like a TV timeout or whatever the situation is, you kind of like make nice with the refs. Like, hey man, how's it going? Like, how's the family?
Luca tries to do that too.
Yeah, Luca. And obviously some guys in the NBA do that, but he said, you're going to catch more flies with honey. Why doesn't Luka take that approach? Don't you think it would make more sense for him to be the good guy instead of be the one who screams and yells at them, and now he's getting teed up all the time?
First of all, the tee that he got last night, they showed it over and over again on television, and I still don't exactly know why he was teed up in that moment. But later in the game, right back to the exact same referee, trying to play sweetheart, trying to play nice. And it's just a complete waste of time and energy. Play the freaking game, man. Now here's the bottom line of last night's game, though. This is just to get back to the actual game last night. Look, did the Lakers battle? Yeah, they did. The Lakers got down. It was 11-0. Then I want to say it was like 13-1, somewhere in that neighborhood. I mean, the Lakers were getting blown out early, but it's the NBA. You know teams are going to make runs. This game is not over, even if there's an 11 or 12-point lead. Here's what happened in this game last night for anybody that wasn't watching. Denver get out to a big lead. Lakers would battle back, get to within 5, get to within 3, at one point get to within 2. Then the Nuggets would just start dropping bombs again, and then the lead would be 10 or 12. And then the Lakers would expend a ton of energy, and they'd bring it back to within 5, within 2. And I just kept thinking to myself the words of LeBron. We don't have what it takes to sustain the energy for the full 48 minutes. So while I'm watching LeBron help bring the Lakers back specifically in the first half when he was really good offensively scoring,
I'm thinking to myself, if he's right,
they're not going to be able to sustain this in the fourth quarter.
And you did mention that in the group chat too.
But as it turned out, the Lakers kept clawing their way back in the game, which takes a lot of energy. And you're down with DeAndre Ayton's not playing. Okay, not that he's your savior. Okay, Rui picks it up on the scoring side of things. Jackson Hayes picks it up on the scoring side. So they're battling back and they're utilizing a ton of energy, and they're down a guy.
They never did, but they kept battling back. You're right.
Right. They to their credit, I will give them a ton of credit. They showed heart last night. They showed grit. They showed fight. But the problem is
Grit.
You tell them, Coach. The problem is you get down by 12, you bring it back to within 3. And they drop bombs on you again, and now it's a 10-point lead. Now you bring it to within 5. Then they extend the lead to 12 or 13 points. Now you bring it to within 3. You just kept having to battle back over and over again. And honestly, if you look at the statistics last night, pretty much every stat was in the favor of the Lakers, including, by the way, Jokic, who was not great last night, even though you'll look at his box score and you'll say, wow, he scored 28 points. He must have been awesome. He really wasn't, because he had 8 or 9 turnovers to go with those 28 points. The end all... Oh, no. I will pause and pull right in. I'm not going. No. See, this is the difference. I'm the guy who actually goes to Valvoline. I'm the guy who sits there in line and waits. And as soon as that bell starts, I know it's time to pull in and get my oil changed. Linz, I'll pick it up.
Okay. So it's 7:18, and you know what you could have done since the Sedano Kap morning show started today? Could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you.
All right.
Thank you. So here's what I was getting at. Every statistic, if you woke up this morning and you didn't see the game last night and you see the score, Denver 120, Lakers 113, you'll think to yourself, well, it was a relatively competitive game. You're darn right it was. It was a really great game. Back and forth. Denver takes a big lead. Lakers battle back, try and close it. They can't get the lead. They never led in the game. Never, ever. They were down 11-0 in the first quarter. So they battle back. Denver extends the lead. Lakers battle back, Denver extends the lead. And this happened, I promise you, 5 times during the game last night. But here's the end-all, be-all statistic that you need to know about last night's game. The Lakers, from the free throw line last night, were 10 of 15. And I've mentioned this in the past. Lindsay, you've said to me, you can't blame LeBron for missing free throws late in the game. I'm not missing. I'll call out anybody who misses free throws late in the game. Last night, it was Austin Reeves. I mean, dude.
Where was Austin Reeves the whole game, by the way?
Austin
Reeves has in the last, I would say almost since the All-Star break, and since the big three, whatever that means, since the big three have been playing together, it has been Luca, LeBron, Austin, rather than Luca, Austin, LeBron. And Austin Reeves' scoring is way down, which, by the way, I'll get to that a little bit later on, because I played against him last night on Prize Picks. It's not something I feel good about, just so everybody knows. I don't like to go against Austin Reeves with a less, but his number was 19.5 last night. I didn't think he was going to score 19.5 or 20 points. And by the way, it did get a little close. But Austin Reeves misses a huge free throw down the stretch when the Lakers were down, I want to say 2. Yeah, right? But the statistics of the game, when everything else seemed to go the Lakers' way, shooting percentage, three-point percentage, turnovers, I mean, Denver lost the turnover battle. All of these statistics went the way of the Lakers, except one major stat from last night. The Lakers were 10 for 15 from the free throw line, and they missed free throws late. And Denver got to the free throw line 31 times, and they knocked down 28 of 31. So they had twice as many free throw opportunities, and they missed half as many as the Lakers did. Does that make mathematical sense? I don't know if I said that the way I wanted to say it.
Kind of did.
I got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jorge.
So, Cappy, do you think the fact that Denver, even though they're still missing Aaron Gordon and they're kind of trying to get back into the swing of things with Jokic after him missing so much time, do you think that they were able to fight and claw their way back, get down, fight and claw their way back so many times, and actually, the game coming down to the final 3 possessions of the game, do you think that that's like a good sign for the Lakers, that they can still hang with them given all the circumstances? Or do you think it's just like, okay, they're without their best player, the Lakers are completely healthy and they still can't figure it out against Denver?
Well,
let me ask you this before I answer that. Do you think DeAndre Ayton would have had an impact on that game last night had he played?
No.
He only played 5 minutes.
No, I think there's a reason he didn't come back because I kept seeing. I only watched in live time the first half, and then I watched the abbreviated game this morning. But I did notice that everyone on Twitter was like, no word on DeAndre Ayton and whether or not he's coming back. He's not on the bench. And I know he had an injury, but people seem to be kind of like calling it suspicious or weird, or there's just something to it that's not sitting right with people, I guess.
Well, JJ talked after the game last night. He said something like, well, yeah, he's been experiencing a lot of soreness in his left knee, something like that.
Yeah.
And then somebody from the PR department must have been standing off to the side of the stage, and they're like, oh, this is his left knee. He's like, oh, really? This is the left knee? Yeah, so whatever the situation was, and by the way, that's another thing. LeBron late in the game.
Okay, now
tonight the Lakers come back, so this is the second half of a back-to-back, and we all know that LeBron is it'll depend on how he's feeling. But LeBron last night, late in the game, goes down, and when he went down, I'm going to ask you guys this question. When he went down, what did you think happened to him? What did you think his injury was? Anybody?
I saw him land on his elbow.
Okay,
which one?
I don't remember, Cap. I can't.
Okay, well, the reason I'm bringing it up is this.
The right hand, the one with the sleeve, I believe.
So in the post-game show last night, the guys were talking. They're like, well, will LeBron be back because he hurt his elbow, and that's his shooting elbow, right? And then they were like, well, no, it was his left elbow, so not his non-shooting elbow.
Because when they went to pull him up off the ground, that's when he was. You couldn't see in the frame who was pulling him up, but they went to grab him, and he was like, and pulled his arm back. It was his right arm.
Okay, so I'm glad you think that, because here's the thing. When LeBron went down last night, anybody who was watching, I think you would have thought, he hurt his right elbow because when he went down, he went to brace his fall with his right elbow. And then when he's on the ground he's holding both elbows. And you're like, which elbow is it? Is it his right elbow that's hurt, or is it his left elbow that hurt? You couldn't tell. And then when they carried him off, I'm telling you, I'm like 99% sure it was his left elbow. But because he was holding both and it looked like he braced himself with his right, then he talked about his funny bone in his left. No one could tell which one it was. I'm telling you that even the post-game, James Worthy was like, I think it's his right. Oh, no, it's his left. Right. So, and it was his left elbow, which is the one that they were treating, but it looked like it was his right elbow. And so I couldn't tell which one got hurt. And to be honest with you, listen, I'm not in his position. I didn't take the elbow to the gut last week when I told you that I thought he was flopping. I didn't fall on my ass last night in that game. I didn't understand the injury.
You're also no Dr. Clapper, so
that is also fair.
I'll have to text him and have him take a look at it and see what he has to say.
That is also fair.
And we can get more into that on the other side, Cappy. But first, why don't you tell him about our good friend Jacob Imrani?
I would absolutely love to do that. I really would, because it is Friday and we are going into the weekend. And I will tell you this right now, that we always talk about auto accidents or slipped and falls. But you know what? Let's talk about dog bites. My daughter has been bitten by, this is unbelievable. My youngest daughter has been bitten by 2 different dogs. And both of them have been, honestly, really disastrous. A dog bite can leave you with serious injuries, huge medical bills, I know that, and sometimes lasting scars. Now, the owner might say the dog, my dog never has done that before. They try and downplay this whole thing. But let me tell you something. You have rights. I've been in this position before. Just as I know this one really well. And I tell people now, especially, call Jacob. Jacob and Ronnie and the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie handle dog bite and animal attack cases. They know the laws that protect you. They'll go after the owner's insurance. And they work on contingency, so you're not paying out of pocket. That means if they don't win, you're not winning. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you call Jacob, and that is the Call Jacob way. So if you or your kid has been bitten or attacked by a dog, get someone on your side. That's Call Jacob. His number, we all know it, 800-345-67. Come on, guys, together.
He's a dog.
8-9. Yeah. 800-345.
6-7.
That's so much better, the way we harmonized. That's right, 800-345-6789. You call Jacob, you get the help you and your family deserve.
And you know what, Cappy? You know what time it is? It's time to BB go for it. That's right, BB go for it. In every game, someone gets a chance to guess which team will score the first 3-pointer. And last night, our BB go for it contestant was Barry Abrams from West LA, who guessed that the Lakers would hit the first 3. Incorrect. But you still win a $50 BB Go gift card. Want to play? Listen to Mason and Ireland for your chance to win. Good luck from our friends at BB Go. Bring something different to the table. BB, go for it! More on LeBron's elbow on the other side. Sedano Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
It's called
Hey, nice job, guys. Yeah, really good job.
driving force from within,
Oh, yeah.
pushing, beating, rising to the surface. The time has come to let it out and ignite the flame that sparks revolution. AEW Revolution, live Sunday, March 15th from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier.
Good feedback.
They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country,
Tell me this.
Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Don't worry about it. I mean, I think, listen, your
Change is
feedback
in the
is
air at
critical.
LAX.
You're the
Los
producer.
Angeles International
That's
Airport.
why last week when you
Automated
suggested
people-mover trains are
that, I was like,
rolling
yeah,
soon
let's do it.
As part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals. The new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and
Hey,
buses,
tell me this,
and economy parking in 10 minutes or less. Departing
production
every 2
meeting,
minutes, they'll help approximately
Tatum's
30
return
million
game,
passengers
7
per
a.m.
year. Learn more
We'll join
at
show up. Okay, so George expects to come jumping in here.
ESPN. That's
Okay.
lawa.org/ESPN.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
No.
John, what are you
Did you?
doing? Get in my car.
Yeah, you
Why
thought they
are
were gonna make-
walking to work.
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I
Yeah.
use the free Upside app that pays you cash
Yeah,
back for
right.
every gallon
Right,
of gas
because
you
if you're
buy.
kind
You're
of
telling me
counting on
you get
Rui
paid
and
cash
Smart.
when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I
Yeah.
buy gas.
Does that
Yeah,
actually
he made
add
really
up to
good passes,
anything?
I'll make
LeBron.
around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free
Oh, really?
Upside
2
app
minutes,
now
huh?
to earn real cash back every time
Okay.
you buy gas. Use promo code
Is there any
SMART
post-game
for an extra
sound? I
25
don't see
cents a
any on our
gallon
sheet.
bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for
Yeah, I'd
Amazon
love to hear
and
some
other
JJ
brands.
or-
Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
By the way, speaking of tap it, go tap the like button, you mongrels.
Yeah, tap that like button, mongrels.
Let's go.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
7:30. Sedano Kap Morning Show. And it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Happy Friday.
Es viernes y el cuerpo lo sabe.
Hey.
And back in 1965, the number one hit was this song, Temptations' My Girl.
My girl.
It's also National Oreo Day, Cappy.
I love Oreos.
I love
Double
some,
stuff.
Double stuff, yep.
Yep.
You guys know my hack for Oreos?
No.
Tell me.
You take like 6 of them, right? Or, whatever, six or
Six?
7 Oreos. You put them in a glass, right? And you
Yeah.
fill it up with milk, and then you take a spoon, and you eat it like if it was cereal.
No, thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Okay. Not terrible.
Good stuff.
I do like the dip, though. I like to have the double stuff Oreo, dip it in ice cold, fat-free milk. And then what I love about it is if I don't get my fingers wet in the milk and I dip it long enough, there's the softness of the first like 75% of the Oreo. And then there's the crunchy on the back 25%. Yeah.
That's quite descriptive, Cappy. You really dove in deep on that one.
You like those the ones where they make that confetti stuffing, or they make
No.
The different
stuffing?
flavors?
Yeah,
No.
flavor. Like, I'm not a fan of that either.
No, me neither. I'm traditional.
The
That's
red
it.
velvet ones were good, but I don't think they make those anymore.
I don't go for any other Oreo other than the regular old school chocolate on the outside, the vanilla stuffing in the middle. I'm like that, I know there's a lot of variations of it now. Hey, if you're just getting with us here this morning on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, we're talking about the Lakers and what happened last night. And just by the way, I was watching the Laker game simultaneously while I was watching the Kings game. Let me tell you something right now. Sam Boney will join us as he does on Fridays. we got to talk about what the Kings did last night, because the Kings beat the Islanders last night, and it was a beatdown. And listen, the Kings had a 3-0 lead, and then the Islanders scored at in the last second. I want to say of the second period, they scored on a last second face-off that turned into a slap shot one-timer. And then, it's 3-1. Game's not quite over yet. And then it turned into 4-1, which turned into 4-2, and then 5-2, and then that was the end of it. But really, really good win last night by the Kings while I was watching the Lakers. I'm not even going to call the Lakers a bad loss last night. Did everybody think that the Lakers were going to win last night? I mean,
no, but again, the fact that they weren't completely healthy and they were in it the whole game, it was kind of disappointing once at the end they were still in it and they couldn't pull it off. That's what I think.
But Sedano brought up a stat yesterday that in their last 11 games where they were the underdogs, they were 0 for their last 11. They were 5.5-point underdogs in the game last night at Denver, and they wound up losing the game by 7 points. Make it 0 for their last 12. Which, by the way, I put in the group chat in the first quarter when it was 11-0. Now, I've talked about some of the numbers last night, and free throws are the big discrepancy because Denver got to the free throw line last night 31 times. They made 28 free throws. The Lakers got to the free throw line last night half as many times, 15, and they only made 66% of their free throws at 10 of 15. Those are the numbers that tell you the differentiation in the scoring in the game. Otherwise, literally every stat that you would look at favored the Lakers last night. That's why if you're going to be upset about the game last night, if you're going to say, you know what, this is a game they could have won. They weren't favored to win. Going to Denver's hard. They lost 8 early in the game. Not that he's, the savior of the team. But they could have won this game last night because every single number went their way other than free throws in this game last night. I'm telling you right now, though, just to be clear, it's the left elbow, even though it.
Outside to Strother. Strother driving. They let him get to the rim. Lay it up and in. Lakers played defense, Michael, for 22 of the 24 seconds.
They reached for the ball when they did. Strother was able to beat his defender.
All right, Nuggets by 6. Here's Austin Reeves to LeBron. LeBron drives right at Jokic. Lay it up and in. And LeBron's hurt. And he's hurt badly. He can't get up. Oh, no. All of a sudden, this game, and here's a foul, and LeBron is down at the other end of the court. The Nuggets players are around him.
I didn't see what he did. What did he do?
I'm not sure.
He's getting up. He's being helped up, but he looks like he's holding his elbow or arm or something.
I think he landed on the ground with his elbow. The Lakers call timeout.
Maybe he landed on his funny
bone. No, I think
bone.
he landed on his elbow. And earlier tonight, here's the replay, Michael. He falls.
Well, he probably hyperextended his elbow or something, maybe.
Yeah, he reached right away for his right elbow.
Fell awkwardly on it, trying to break his fall, and it sort of bent a little bit. I don't want to see the replay of that again. Sort of bent a little strange.
Oh, boy, I hope this isn't.
Maybe it could be like he jammed it really bad or hyperextended it a little bit.
So, as they pointed out, he grabbed his right elbow, but he also grabbed his left elbow. And to Michael's point, it sounded like he yelled as he was shooting, right after / as he was shooting it. So it didn't seem like it was the fall that hurt him. But I guess we're going to find out,
Well, no, LeBron after the game, though, said that he hurt his elbow. He said it was like a funny bone thing, That's what he called it.
The worst.
So when he went down, it looked like he was trying to brace his fall with his right hand, and you thought that maybe he hyperextended his right elbow, but then he flopped around and hit his left elbow on the floor.
Hey, be careful how you use the phrase flop.
Well, he did. And so then he hit his elbow on the floor, and then he literally stood there and or laid there and held both elbows. And you're like, which one's hurt? Is it the right one that maybe hyperextended because he was trying to brace his fall, or was it left one because he banged it on the floor? Couldn't tell. And by the way, listen, I'm not here to tell you I wasn't in his body, but it didn't look bad. It didn't look bad at all. I mean, I watched it 500 times. I couldn't see where he got hurt.
Are you insinuating that he was, like, exaggerating?
I'm just insinuating that it just didn't look like much. I mean, it really didn't. You know, I mean, I watch the play over and over again. You guys can all watch it for yourselves. Listen, we're not in his body. We don't know what he feels like.
He's also 41 years old.
What? He's how old?
I'm 41 years old.
Well, here, let's hear what he said. This is a very short answer. It's only 8 seconds long, but this is what he said when they asked him about his elbow.
No, it's pretty sore right now. What was I feeling? Feel like one of them funny bone situations, but like even like super more intense.
Yeah, funny bone situation.
Super more intense.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, listen.
He used the F word when he was laying on the ground. Now that's all I know.
Hey, look, man, the guy says he got hurt, okay? I mean, it's funny because when DeAndre Ayton left the game, we're all like, where's he? And most of people are like, he's just soft. I mean, that's just the way people perceive DeAndre Ayton. But on the other hand, with LeBron, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm going, I don't see it. But, okay, I'm going to give LeBron the benefit of the doubt. DeAndre Ayton, I'm going to be like, I'm not so sure. Like, did you just not feel it tonight? Did you not want to play for some reason? But again, that's the difference between a guy like Ayton, who you're like, I'm not so sure that this guy's got the heart for it, and LeBron, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I'm just going to keep going back, though, real quick, Lindsay. I'm just going to keep going back to one thing. We can look at every stat from the game last night, but if you were watching the game, how many freaking layups did the Lakers miss in that game? And I'm talking like super close range, no problem. Put it down. Austin Reeves missed one for sure, maybe even two. There was a dunk that was missed along the way. I think JJ even talked about that in particular after the game. There must have been at least 5 layups missed and probably 1 dunk missed. Oh, by the way, Denver had a dunk missed as well because LeBron was getting back on defense. Dude went up to try and dunk the ball and hit it off the rim, and it went flying out of bounds. But even at the beginning of that soundbite, John Ireland said they just played really good defense for the first 22 seconds, and then they all fell asleep, and the offensive player went around him and got to the basket. So I'm not really sure why everybody was thinking that the Lakers would win last night. You know, you're on the road at Denver, quality team. Jokic is back, back playing and getting back into this team. Why would anybody have thought that the Lakers were going to go there and win? They beat bad teams. They beat bad teams like Golden State when they don't have Steph and Jimmy Butler. They beat bad teams like Sacramento when their best player is Russell Westbrook. They beat bad teams. They don't beat good teams.
Are we racking you this morning?
Rack 'em.
George, I'm on fire this morning. I'm on freaking fire.
We were just
today,
arguing
dude.
about which elbow LeBron really injured.
Yeah. Lindsay thought it was his right. I tried to tell her.
Well,
no, it was the left.
he hit the cameraman's shoe or whatever it was.
Oh, see, I didn't even catch that.
I didn't see that part of it.
I thought that it looked like he screamed as he was
What
shooting.
broadcast were you guys watching?
I watched the Spectrum broadcast.
No, I was watching Amazon. So they talked about it. They even highlighted it.
No, I didn't see that. Yeah. Spectrum did not. They did not. It didn't look bad to me. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Whereas a guy like
Wait,
John
are
Ray,
you literally questioning the man not finishing the game?
He is. Well, he actually is giving him the benefit of the doubt.
No, hold on. But here's why. Because you didn't watch the Spectrum postgame show then. Here's the deal. So there was questions about which elbow did he hurt. Now, again, we're watching Spectrum. You're watching Amazon. They must have described it differently. When he goes down, you think he's bracing with his right elbow, and then he rolls over and he hits his left elbow. But when he comes back to the middle, he's holding both elbows. And so after the game, the Spectrum postgame was like, well, will he play tomorrow night against Indiana? Because he hurt his shooting elbow. And then somebody was like, no, it was his left elbow. And then James Worthy was like, well, he has to bring both arms up to shoot the ball.
I don't know what you guys talk about the right elbow. He braced himself but the left elbow was clearly the one he grabbed in game, and they were in the Amazon broadcast. They talked about it extensively, like that it was the left elbow.
I would love to see what they did differently.
I'm watching this clip, and he literally grabbed both. So he grabbed the right one.
Well, because
and then
he braced himself with one, right, and then the other one hit the cameraman.
The left one is the one that hit the cameraman.
I'm gonna go back and watch. I didn't see the cameraman in all of this.
Yeah, he hit his leg. He hit the guy's leg.
Mm-hmm. George, I was saying this though earlier, and I'm glad you're here. How'd that Jason Tatum thing go? Did you meet Tatum, or did you
No,
just have
we
production
just.
calls?
I mean, it's a big broadcast tonight.
It is.
So.
It's a huge game tonight, man.
Yeah,
it
they
really
were calling
is.
it on the Bill Simmons podcast last night. Jason Tatum Eve.
Yeah, so it's a big deal. I mean, Jason Tatum's one of the top 5 players in the sport. You know what I mean? He's coming back off an Achilles in 9 months. It's a big deal. Cooper Flagg is playing in front of his. I mean, he grew up in New England. I know he's a Maine kid, but he grew up a Celtics fan. Like, he grew up in New England. He grew up coming to these games. Like, this is a homecoming for him. His family's going to be here. I'm going to try to talk to his mom. I'm going to talk to him. Like, there's a lot going on in this broadcast today that I didn't expect to happen. Because when I saw it on the schedule, I'm like, Celtics are going to roll Dallas. Flagg may or may not play. Probably not, if I had to guess. And there was no thought that Jason Tatum was going to play in this game, 2 weeks ago. So
Right. And so now this turns out to be a monster game tonight. And awesome that you're going to be on the broadcast. So here's what I was saying while you weren't here, George. The Lakers last night, they were down huge. They battled back. Then Denver would drop more bombs on them, and then they would battle back. And all I kept thinking to myself was, LeBron has told us they don't have what it takes to sustain it, energetically speaking, so they will get run down. But truth be told, in the second half, even though Denver would keep extending the lead, the Lakers would keep coming and battling back.
Yeah.
And so, in the end, a variety of things killed the Lakers last night. Number
LeBron
one,
not being able to finish the game was number one.
that hurt, but missed layups last night. There must have been at least 5 of them that I can think of.
Yeah.
And then
Marcus Smart, just those wide open threes at the end.
And then the free throw discrepancy.
Yeah.
Denver goes to the free throw line 31 times, hits 28 free throws. The Lakers go to the line 15 times, only hit 10, and Austin misses huge free throws at the end of the game.
Right. Now, I will say this, for Laker fans crying about free throws, like, you guys shoot more free throws than anybody. So the fact that it actually happened to you for once, like, I would relax. And I will say this, Denver turned the ball over. I mean, Jokic had 9 turnovers.
Right.
That
It was
never
insane.
happens.
Right. And you
So,
might look
like,
at his box this morning and go, 28 points. He played well. No, he really didn't play that well.
He almost had a quadruple-double, including turnovers.
Right.
Right. So, like, he played as poorly as he could play, having a triple-double. And they had more. This is a team that only averages 13 turnovers. And it wasn't like, when you watch the game, it wasn't like the Lakers were forcing the turnovers. These were like really lazy passes and like really dumb turnovers by them that kept the Lakers in the game. Now, listen, it doesn't matter how you stay in the game. They stayed in the game. But they had a shot to win. I was just annoyed because I thought they'd cover the 5.5.
When I told you early in the game when they were down 11-0, I'm like, we might as well just go to 0 for 12 when it comes to being an underdog and not being able to cover the spread.
0 for 12.
Yeah, they are indeed.
Yeah.
The thing I was also talking about a little bit earlier, George, is Luca. Honestly, he's now one technical away from being suspended.
Oh my God! Since his career started, I looked this up. He's second in technicals. Since his career has started. Guess who the only person that has more technicals than him since in his 7 years or whatever that he's been
LeBron.
in?
I was going to guess. I was going to guess
Draymond. Yes.
Oh, it was Draymond.
Yeah.
I was actually going to guess Russell Westbrook.
No, it's Draymond.
Okay,
that's crazy. Yeah. Now the one he got teed up for, I don't understand what happened.
I'm not so sure what happened there either.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, what could he have said? You know what I mean? Like he didn't even. It wasn't even demonstrative.
No,
Demonstrative. That's a
but
good
honestly, like the whole game, it's getting so annoying. He hit a bomb 3-pointer. He's right by the boundary. He's right beyond the 3-point line. He hits this crazy 3. He's sitting on his tuchus, even though he dropped the 3, and he's still barking and complaining to the referees. At halftime, go to the locker room, bro. No, he's got to have a full debate with the referee before he even goes to the locker room. He's non-stop. It's exhausting me as a viewer.
You know
so
what,
I'll tell you what the Amazon guys said at halftime about that, because they actually showed that same clip of him talking to the officials, and I thought Udonis Haslem made and Rudy Gay and John Wall, they were all in there yesterday, made excellent points about Luka in that regard.
All right, look forward to hearing that.
You know, Cappy, you'd probably would have been able to see what he was called for a technical foul for if you were wearing your new VisionWorks glasses.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
So I am now finding that I'm watching games, and I'm watching the Laker game in front of me during last night, and I'm watching the Kings game on a further TV away, and I'm looking at the TV, and I'm like, gosh, it's so blurry. And then I reminded myself, Wait, you just went to VisionWorks. You just got these beautiful new Ferragamo frames with these amazing prescription. I can see far, crystal clear. Oh, my God, my life has changed. All because of VisionWorks. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I thought my vision was fine. Yeah, it's a little blurry, far away. But when you go to VisionWorks and you have the eye doctors check they're not just looking at your sight. They're looking at other things that could be happening with your eyes. Annual exams can catch early signs. I mention this all the time. Glaucoma, diabetes, hypertension. So it's so much more than just having your vision looked at. You got to see the eye doctors at VisionWorks, Linz.
That's right, Cappy. And when you want to make that appointment to get your annual eye exam, they make it super simple. You can go to their website, visionworks.com, give them a call. You can find a store near you. They have really easy scheduling because they've got early morning appointments, afternoon appointments, nighttime appointments. You can bring your kids with you. Kids can get their exams done too. And VisionWorks lets you schedule an eye exam very, very simply. Anytime that fits your schedule with weekend and evening appointments, like I said, available at every location. Simple shopping unlike other brands. When you walk in, just like when we were there on Friday, they have everything organized perfectly by frame shape and price. So if you're like, oh, I want the square ones, I'm going to go over here. And they start from the least expensive and then they go up by price. So it's a very, very simple, organized, easy way to shop for your glasses, Cappy.
You got that 100-day guarantee, too. Like, I happen to love the frames that I picked out. But if for some reason you change your mind, you can so easily change these glasses, no problem. So listen, here's what you need to do. Like so many other listeners have done, and they did a lot of them last weekend because we were at VisionWorks last Friday in Fullerton, and then the VisionWorks stores all throughout Southern California were packed all weekend long. And that's not me just saying that. That's what VisionWorks told us. So make that appointment, see the eye doctors, and have crystal clear vision like I now have, all compliments of VisionWorks.
And you know what? We're going to hear what Amazon said on the broadcast, according to George Sedano, when we come back in about 2 minutes on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Beyer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You know I'm serious about the game day menu, right? If we've got the game on, I'm not messing around in the kitchen. You know what I'm doing? I'm going straight to Pizza Hut. Right now, they've got 2 insane deals. A large 1-topping pizza or a medium 3-topping pizza for just $9.99 each when you carry out. Order online at pizzahut.com, or if you don't have it by now, grab your phone and download the Pizza Hut app and bring home a guaranteed win tonight.
Available at participating locations. Extra charge for stuffed crust and original pan, extra cheese, and extra toppings.
Bruh. It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
Now, you should put in a request to ESPN like, hey, I'm a tropical brother, okay?
Sedano and Cap have taken over Morning Drive.
Palm trees and sunshine only. Yo soy este Miami, okay?
Back to the guys.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.
Yeah. Smooth jams.
7:52. Sedano Kap Morning Show. Back
It's
in
good enough.
1998, the number one hit was Usher, Nice and Slow. It was a banger. It's also Dentist Day.
Oh, really? National Dentist Day, huh?
Yep, and I need to go to the dentist. I
Me
need a
too.
dentist.
I haven't been in a minute.
Yeah. Do you have a good dentist? We kind of live somewhat near each
Well,
other, George.
I had to get a new dentist because mine retired.
So did mine.
Yeah, so mine is I missed my yearly. I'm on like 18 months. I got to figure that out. I got to get on that. Yeah.
18 months since you saw a dentist, or 18 months since you got your teeth cleaned?
18 months since I saw a dentist.
Well,
Yes.
Because, I mean, I get my teeth cleaned like 3 times a year, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're all gross. Like I need like whitening. That's what I need.
Why don't you just get that Crest toothpaste whitening? That stuff is really good.
I've used
like the one in the purple tube. That thing is incredible.
You're not
I
talking
got
about
it.
the
You want to
strips.
see it?
No, I have it too.
Yeah, I want to see it. Did you bring it with you on the road, George? In your
I have
toiletry
like
bag?
they have like a travel one. Hold on.
Right. Not the strips, though. We're not talking about
Listen,
the strips.
the strips,
those overnight strips?
They hurt.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, we're
they
talking about
hurt
the
your
toothpaste.
teeth too bad. But my dentist got me. He got me a while ago, like a whitening kit where it's like the cosmetic one or the one that they give you, like the industrial strength
like a little
one.
travel kit kind of thing?
Yeah, and I took it home and it like made my teeth like 3 shades whiter.
Mm-hmm. There's actually now George, I've got that. Yeah, that's good. That's good right
Stuff
there.
is really good.
Really good. And also there's a product I once bought on Instagram. It's like this powder. No, true. It's like this powder.
The black charcoal powder?
I don't know what it is. And you take your toothbrush and you put it on the powder and then you use the powder. And I'll tell you what, man, that stuff also.
I'll tell you what, man.
This stuff is tremendous,
How about
man.
that stuff that looks purple on your teeth and supposedly once you rinse it, it's supposed to be whitening? Like, have you guys seen that purple stuff on your teeth? Like, I don't know if that's cool.
Well,
this Crest thing does work. That's for sure.
All right. Hey, by the way, since you're broadcasting this morning from Boston and you're in your hotel room and you know that I have like a whole pet peeve about people who take Zoom calls or broadcast from their hotel room when I can see their beds, I must thank you in advance. It looks like you got up this morning and said, you know what? I'm going to actually make the bed so that you don't see where I
always
slept
make
last
the bed.
night.
And
nice.
I actually got up. So I had like a weird night of sleep. So I was watching the Laker game on my laptop. And, like, I dozed off at halftime, and I woke up in, like, towards the end of the third quarter, and then I watched the rest of the game, and then it took me, like, another 90 minutes to fall back asleep. And I had a miserable night of sleep. It's just the tough part of being on the East is keeping up with the Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I finally just, like, got up at, like, 8:30 Eastern, and I was like, I'm just going to the gym.
How'd you do? What'd you do in the gym?
A little cross training. So I did a little back, did a little quads.
Oh yeah,
and a little chest.
Okay.
And and I owe myself 100 push-ups from yesterday because I forgot with the travel. So I got to do 200 today.
Okay. Yeah. And when you do these 200 push-ups, what are we doing them in increments of?
Probably like 50.
50 at a time.
Yeah.
You're going to go 50, 50, 50, 50. You're going to do 4 sets of 50 push-ups.
I may not do like. I may take a longer break in between to do the 200, but yeah, I've done like I've been on this 100 push-up challenge since the middle of February.
Okay,
so I'm almost a month in.
Yeah. What's the 100 push-up challenge? You do 100 consecutive?
No, 100 a day.
Oh, okay, I got that.
But I usually do it within a couple minutes. Like I will do like I think I originally started like I do like 40, 30, 30. You know what I mean? And then I eventually did like 40, 40, 20. And then I got to the point where I'm just doing like 50 and 50 for the most part.
I think what we should do is every commercial break, we should owe each other 25 push-ups. Okay. Every single commercial break, we should do 25 push-ups.
Well, I just worked out a little while ago, so I need like, how about in the YouTube hour?
Okay, that's fine. I do, when I'm watching the game, I can't sit still watching the game. Yeah. So I have these 30-pound dumbbells in my office, and all I do is I just sit there and I just keep doing curls. Sometimes I'm doing regular curls. Sometimes I'm doing hammer curls. I just can't sit still while I'm watching these games.
I'm the same way. I'm a pacer. So like yesterday after dinner, it was too cold. So I just I called my wife and kids, and we were just talking. And, we were going over the calendar for the next couple of weeks because there's just a lot of stuff going on. and I paced. And I ended up putting in like 6,000 steps.
Speaking of Pacers.
Yeah, just in my hotel room. Yeah.
Speaking of Pacers.
Yeah.
Lakers.
Lakers Pacers tonight, right?
I kind of forgot about that like until you mentioned they had the back-to-back.
Hey, here's the thing. We were talking about LeBron and LeBron hurting his elbow last night. Which one still to be determined? Could it have been the right? Might it be the left? People are certainly having their fun with it this morning. But really, honestly, if LeBron doesn't want to play tonight, I think that the Lakers should be able to beat the Pacers, who have like 15 total wins. For a team
they're trying
that was
to lose.
Right.
Yeah.
But so, okay, good. That will help the Lakers, that the Pacers are trying to lose.
Yeah.
So, LeBron, take the night off, put some ice on the elbow. DeAndre Ayton, we're not sure if it was the left knee that used to be bothering you and the last night was the right knee, or if it was the right knee and now it's the left knee. Because after the game, I don't know if you saw J.J. Redick. J.J. was like, they're like, hey, what happened to DeAndre Ayton? He's like, oh, his knee's been sore, the right knee. And then somebody from the PR staff or somebody off to the side of the stage like, no, it's the left knee. Okay, it's the left knee. They didn't know what was going on with DeAndre Ayton last night.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
So what did they say on Amazon, George?
So, in regards to Luca or in regards to LeBron?
LeBron.
They said it's the left elbow that he hit the cameraman.
Yeah, I've watched it a bunch of times now, over and over again from different angles. I still don't quite get it, but okay.
I mean, they all talked about it like at nauseum, actually, on the broadcast. Ian and Stan and Steve Nash.
Yeah, I missed the Amazon broadcast. I watched the local broadcast. I watched the Spectrum broadcast, and I don't know that anybody on the Spectrum broadcast was like, well, he hurt his ankle or he hurt his elbow really bad. I mean, everybody's like, which one?
Well, I don't know if they said really bad, but they said, oh, he clearly hit our cameraman.
Yeah, hit him in the shoe.
Well, right. That's exactly what happened, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like when we played the clip of John calling it, and he was like, well, he grabbed his right elbow, and then Michael made the point, it looked like he maybe strained something because it looked like it was his shooting, or hyperextended, that's what he said. Because it looked like it was his shooting arm, because it seemed like he yelled as he was shooting.
Yeah. I will say this, those guys in Denver, and I'm not trying to dispute what they're saying, they're up.
Really far away.
What I'm saying?
Well,
literally a mile high.
They made the point that they couldn't see it. They were like, we can't really see what happened.
They couldn't tell.
Yeah.
They're up pretty high,
So I didn't watch the Amazon broadcast last night. I stayed local. But listen, I'll go back to that game, George, over and over again.
Wait, can I tell you what they said about Luca? That's what
please.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
By the way, you're listening to KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. How about this? Let me talk about Hernandez real quick. And then we can get into that right at the top of the hour, because we're gonna sweep the top of the hour real quick. So we're gonna go till 10 past the hour and then take a break. But real quick, I will get to what they said, because Cappy, it's a lot about what you and I have discussed with Luca. But I thought Udonis Haslem particularly, and John Wall too, made some really salient points about Luca. But real quick, you've heard us talk about our friends over at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Listen, they put turf in my yard, and I'm telling you, this thing was done in 5 hours, okay? 5 freaking hours. They got there like 8 in the morning. They were gone by like 1. And I had told them, I said, look, I'll be there. I could be there to like receive them. But I told Steven, I said, hey, man, I got to run around. I got the kids. I got stuff to do. He's like, don't worry about it, man. Just let them in the yard. We're good. They don't need anything else. I offered these guys water. I said, hey, do you guys need this, that? Like, no, we got our own water. We're good. I was trying to offer them. I even offered them a cold beer, and they said no. I'm like, I'm trying to help you guys. They're like, no, we got to do the work. And they were out in 5 hours. I came in between, and they were still working. They were almost done. And then when I came back, they were gone. So it was unbelievable how quick they got the work done. And I would imagine that'd be the case with you, Cappy, when they did Rachel's rental, Dr. Clapper, and they did his office, and, of course, the Italian Stallion. So here's the deal. You want authentic old-school TLC, family-owned, okay? Papi Hernandez started this thing 57 years ago, and now his sons, Steven and Carlos, those crazy Hernandez brothers, are taking care of everyone here in Southern California. Whatever kind of flooring you're looking for, they have it in stock. They have millions of options to choose from hardwood to laminate to tile to vinyl to carpet, and that artificial turf I was talking about they put outside for me. Waterproof, scratch-proof, kid-proof, whatever you need, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring has it. The crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you, whether you're a first responder, active military, or veteran. Those 3, you'll receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. So what are you waiting for, man? Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. Use that number, by the way, if you got a quote from somebody else and you want to see what Hernandez will do. Well, I'll tell you this. It's very simple. They're going to match it, no questions asked. Just give them your square footage. Tell them what the other quote was. They'll match it, no questions asked. So call that number, 866-62-FLOOR. Visit the showroom in Commerce, right next to Commerce Casino off the 5 freeway. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round, because no sale beats wholesale, homeboy. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR. All right, so let's get into what these guys are saying. So Udonis Haslem is a 3-time NBA champion role player, okay? But he has played with some of the best players of this generation. He played his entire career basically with Dwayne Wade for the most part. He played with LeBron James, right? Like, he knows what it takes. And what he said I thought was fascinating, Cappy. He said, Luka's wasting energy on the officials.
100%.
And he implied that that is a maturity thing. And he said, you know, I played with great players, okay? And it was rare that those guys would let their focus go on the officials and forget about the game, okay? And now he's like, you know, when I played with D. Wade, maybe that would happen a little bit when he was young, but by the time he was 27 years old in his prime, that was not happening anymore, basically, is what he implied. And he said, I was with LeBron James at 25 years old, and by then that was not happening, okay? So, like, he implied that Luka needs to be more mature in those situations. And that once he does that, that he's going to be unstoppable. Like, he's virtually unstoppable now, but he's going to be even better. And then John Wall tagged it with saying, yeah, and that means he should have more attention to detail on defense, which, to be honest, John Wall said, and I'll quote, he said, I don't understand how he can't have at least a level of attention to detail on that side at the moment, just from a pride standpoint. And so that part, the pride standpoint, he said it, but I'm trying to remember the exact phrasing. Anyway, that's not a direct quote. That's a paraphrase. But nonetheless, they were talking about Luka, the lack of focus because he's focusing on the officials, and the defense, both points that we've made, I mean, over time here this entire season.
Yeah. Listen, George, unlike Udonis Haslem, I didn't play in the NBA. I don't have 3 championships, and I wasn't a role player in the NBA. But it doesn't take an expert, and it doesn't take a former player to understand this, okay? This is a guy in Luka Doncic who I will tell you that when you're a great young player and you're on the way to being a great pro, and people can already see that at 13 years old, they just let you get away with stuff. They'll just keep kissing your ass and telling you how great you are because you're the best young player. And then before you know it, you start to create habits, bad habits. And for Luka, we can ask Tim McMahon, who's going to join us a little bit later on, who's done a lot of work around Luka's entire career. But I would bet you that this arguing with referees problem is not in the last 2 or 3 or 7 years in the NBA.
No, absolutely
this is probably since he's 13 years old.
Yeah.
And when he's a 15-year-old European pro, I'll bet you he was doing the exact same thing. And to the point that Haslem's making, he'll not. This is what I'm getting at. He will not change. Lindsay asked a question earlier.
You're saying that that's it, that Tiger doesn't change his stripes. He's too old. He's been in the league too long. That this is it. This is who he is.
And here's why I say that. Because normally I would be like, you know what? If somebody could get to him and coach him and explain to him the problem, maybe they could actually change the way he does things.
Yeah.
But what do you say about DeAndre Ayton?
He's a formed player at this stage.
Right. We've already gotten to know.
But I think that's a little different. That's desire versus histrionics.
Right.
I think one is easier to correct than the other, for sure.
I don't disagree that DeAndre Ayton has a desire problem.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want a guy like him on my team going forward. I know I was optimistic about the possibilities of what DeAndre Ayton could turn himself into as a Laker. I was wrong. And by the way, not only was I wrong, but that's on Rob Pelinka, because you have to get to know a player. You can't just say height, wingspan, scoring average. You got to know what's going on upstairs, and you got to know what's going on inside here. I'm pointing at my
However,
chest.
you could make the point that the worst case scenario, you end up exactly where you are 1 year ago today, and that's exactly where they are. Like, they gave him $8 million, and here we are at this point in the season where now Jackson Hayes is probably going to have to start.
Well,
and by the way, why would we have Ayton benched on our caption on ESPN Los Angeles on Twitter? Ayton wasn't benched. He has a knee injury.
No, Ayton took himself out of the game. Went back to the locker room.
They reported on Amazon. Cassidy Hubbard reported it was a knee injury.
Right, and for quite a while, on the Spectrum broadcast, they were like, hey, he's back in the locker room. We don't have a report yet. And then they finally got to Trudell, and Trudell had the report. But, George, I'm not sure that Luka can be coached out. And when I say coach, I don't mean it has to be JJ. It could be LeBron. It could be Luka's dad. I'm just not sure that at this stage of his career, he can be coached out of his emotional outbursts. And by the way, everything you said that the Amazon broadcaster said, it is a monster waste of his energy. It definitely hurts him on the defensive end. Even if he's not playing defense, at least he's back on the defensive end. There are so many things wrong with Luka constantly, chronically complaining. And I'll just tell you this. As a viewer, it's tiring. And it's freaking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, George, so
But they're not getting back. Sorry, Lindsay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I asked Cappy earlier. They were talking about this on Unsportsmanlike with Evan, Canty, and Michelle. And Canty said, can you imagine if Luka used that, like channeled that energy that he has and all that, those emotions he has towards the refs and channeled that towards his opponents and like got back on defense? And then he said, if you're LeBron, don't you pull him aside and be like, hey, man, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, you need to chill.
I don't think LeBron can do that because maybe he could, but I don't think it's his place anymore.
Yeah. I wish it was.
Now that's interesting. It's not his place. It's not his place because LeBron knows it's now Luka's team, not his team. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they've empowered Luka.
Right. But on the other hand,
he's conceded that, don't you think, Cappy?
Oh, yeah. He's clearly conceded.
Yeah, right. But on the other hand, LeBron is kind of like he's sort of a mentor to so many young players around the league, or so it seems to me. And because Luka has talked about looking up to LeBron, if LeBron wanted to or cared to, and I don't know that he does, but if he wanted to or cared to, he might be able to say to Luka, hey, look, for the good of your future, of your career, whether I'm a part of it or not, bro, if you could just take 65% of all of your anger towards the referees and focus that on your defense, you'll be that much better of a defensive player.
Yeah, I get it, Cap, but that's easier said than done, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like
The
that's
LeBron part of him putting his arm around him?
Look, I think that LeBron has done enough of that already with Luka. From day one, he did it. Like,
hey, I'm not telling you
like this is on
job.
Luka, bro. This is not on LeBron
100%.
to do that. You got to be your own man in this situation.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, you're about to get a max contract. Take over, man. Man up.
Yeah. No offense. This is not on LeBron.
It is not on LeBron.
We need to stop with that. That's a silly deal
It
at
is-
this
it is
point.
not
Like,
on
he's a
LeBron.
grown-ass man at 27 years old.
Not on LeBron at all.
Yeah.
And if I'm in LeBron's shoes, by the way, knowing that my future with the Lakers is coming to an end, and knowing that this team has become Luka's team, screw it. You guys handle it. I don't have to handle that. Why do I have to handle that?
It's not about even screw it. It's about, dude, like, he's already done enough. Like, he did what he was supposed to do in, like, saying, like, not having an issue, like, understanding this was the future. Like, he has been as reasonable gets for a superstar. Because let me tell you something. People here obviously remember the Shaq and Kobe feud. Well, I mean, I saw the end of Shaq's career, okay, when it wasn't here with the Lakers. And I saw even him and Dwayne Wade create a strained relationship at the end because Shaq still felt like he was Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it can get a little messy. You know what I mean? Like, and that got strained. Now those guys are all good, years later or whatever. Even I would say in the short term, they were good. But like, it can get messy with a superstar as they're aging, and LeBron has not made this a mess at all. As a matter of fact, he has been someone who has been facilitating this in a way that is unheralded and honestly very uncommon.
Yeah, and it's good that you have your agent podcasting so that he can say the things that you don't want to say anymore.
Oh,
for
stop.
the love of God.
All right, Cappy, why don't you tell them about Prize Picks here, you jerk?
Yeah, listen, Prize Picks is the place to be. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 lineup gets you a $50 lineup bonus.
I knew that would get you guys.
And it's simple to play Prize Picks. You're not getting me today. You're not. It's Friday, bro.
Yeah, you got to be in a good mood today.
Here's the deal. If you want to play Prize Picks, it's very simple. It's more, it's less. There's a stat projection for every player imaginable and every sport imaginable. Hey, I'm sure Jason Tatum may or may not be on the board today on Prize Picks. And Cooper Flagg, who played last night, will probably be on the Prize Picks board today. The Lakers are playing the Pacers. You you could play LeBron and you have that insurance policy, perhaps, Cappy. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can play Prize Picks, but the reality is if you bundle a couple of players together, you can win cold hard cash.
All right, the first thing I would like to do for everybody is I want to encourage you, because I know so many of our listeners have downloaded the Prize Picks app. But if you're somebody out there and you go, I've heard you guys talking about it over and over and over again, and I've never really quite done it, today should be your day. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY. That's KAPPY. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups right away. And then here's what I'm going to suggest. You need to follow me on Prize Picks, because all of a sudden I've gone very hot. I've been ice cold, and I'll tell you when I am, but I've gone very hot now. Last night, as an example, Jokic was a discount from 29.5 points down to 23.5 points. Jokic had 28. Check. Now, I don't like to do this because I'm an optimistic person, and I love Austin Reeves. But Austin Reeves' point total last night, 19.5. You got to find a way to play less. That's really important. I know most of us are positive. Hey, I want to see him score all these points. You got to find a way to play less. So, George, I had Jokic for more than 22.5 points on the discount.
Yeah.
I had Austin Reeves for less than 19.5 points. He had 16. It was a 2-pick power play, $20 to win $60.
Prize Picks.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I just want to tell everybody, if I can do it, you can do it. Follow me along the way on Prize Picks. Because, George, let me tell you something right now. Basketball, baseball, hockey, we got it all.
No doubt. And it's Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
All right, guys, it's a Live Nation Ticket Friday on ESPN LA. Call 213-799-0139 right now, and caller number 7 wins a pair of tickets to see Nate Bargatze at Intuit Dome this May as part of Netflix Is a Joke. Don't miss one of the biggest comedy events of the year, or secure your seats today at NetflixIsAJokefest.com. More on Luca. Man up, man. Back in 3 minutes. Sedano Kap Morning Show on 710.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Es viernes y el cuerpo lo sabe.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Come on. No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid.
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry. Offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
You have to ask Luca what he saw.
Los Angeles, if you missed out on any action this past season, don't make the same mistake. Secure your spot in the Rams house for 2026. Watch every home game next year with big-time matchups against the Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, and Packers. In addition, enjoy home playoff ticket access, interest-free monthly payment plans, and stadium event pre-sale access. Visit therams.com/2026. Again, that is therams.com/2026. Don't miss out on any of next season's action. Get your Rams season tickets today.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings, a spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed, and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com, because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
Quack, quack. Quack, quack. I get parents telling me all the time that the kids in the car love the quack. They're now into the quack, quack.
Listen, I am a role model for the youth of America.
Oh, we know that.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on. Back to Sedano and Kap.
8:17. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. And back in 1976, the number one hit was this song, Love Machine by the Miracles. It's also National Employee Appreciation Day. I appreciate you guys, even though we're all like fellow employees. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate all the y'all. Love y'all. I love y'all.
This song was very popular.
You remember it from Home Alone. Doesn't Uncle Frank dance to this song?
I don't remember that being the case, but maybe. I will take your word for it.
That's a good detail on the movie.
When he's in the shower, right? And he's like, get out of here, you nosy little pervert, before I smack you silly.
Oh, but it wasn't Uncle Frank, right?
By the way, Cappy, I thought you were done with the read, and it was also because, I didn't mean to jump you there, but it was also because the lady was in my room with my breakfast table.
Oh, yeah?
And what I get, a little scrambled eggs, some wheat toast.
Can we see it?
Berries. I just have the eggs in front of me.
Well, usually they present
Nice
it
eggs.
so, like,
Nice
pretty,
potatoes.
you know?
Yeah, those are nice
Yeah,
potatoes.
it's on a table over there. I just brought the eggs over here and the toast. But
Did you get a welcome
I'll have
gift?
the berries, and the Greek yogurt later. Yeah.
Well, George, you got to understand something. The Prize Picks spot may have gone 7 minutes long, but the reason for that is because
she enjoyed it.
Listen, I got to brag when I'm hot, and I have been hot this week on Prize Picks.
Well, it's funny because I went away, and usually by the time in a situation like that, in my head, I'm kind of counting down, like, oh, he's probably got like another 30 to 45 seconds.
No,
so I come back, and you're still talking.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, so I come back, and I say, like, hey, let me sign out for you, whatever. Yeah. And I'm signing out the receipt, and I came back, and I'm like, oh, he's still talking.
8 minutes.
It's been over a minute now that he's been
spot.
talking.
Right, 8 minutes on Prize Picks because when I win and I'm hot, I got to brag about it.
Well, but you're making hand signals like, come on, man, hurry.
Yeah, I was just like, that's why I jumped in because he paused, and I should have respected the pause. And then I was able to close it out. And she was very kind and nice to just
what a
wait.
lovely person.
Yeah.
Lovely lady.
But, George, you didn't answer my question. Did you get a welcome gift at your hotel yesterday when you got in Boston?
I did not, no.
Oh,
man.
I hate when they don't give you one.
Although, get this, I forgot because I have a new bag, right, for, like, long trips. Like, it's a huge backpack, right? Like, this thing looks like something, like, you would take to the mountains. And not that big. I'm exaggerating. But nonetheless, because my regular backpack is too small, especially for an extended trip like this, through climates that are going to be cold. So I normally have my IFB, like my my dual like stereo ear things in my backpack, my normal backpack when I travel. I forgot it.
Oh.
So I was able to I knew the audio guys would have an extra pair or whatever, so I used that one at the Knicks game, and so I called my wife immediately. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need you to overnight this thing to Boston.
Oh, really?
And
you needed that badly, huh?
Guess how much it cost? Well, yeah, I got 2 more games. I didn't want to keep borrowing the other, the stuff from the other guy.
Okay, I'm going to
like
guess
$40.
Did you say $40?
So I thought it was going to be that, Briones.
Yeah.
60.
No,
L.A.
more.
to Boston overnight.
L.A. Boston.
Oh, that's
overnight.
like 120.
Oh no, I'm going to say even more than that. And by the way, it's not about the weight; it's just about the speed. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say 250.
No, Lindsay's closer.
How much?
It was 150. I couldn't believe it.
$150. Wow.
UPS 100. When my wife said that to me, I said $150. I'm like, why didn't you go to U.S. Postal Service? And she's like, well, I just was already at UPS. And I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. It's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you for doing it.
Can't we just expense that to ESPN? Hey, listen, I forgot a piece of equipment. I needed the equipment. I had to have it sent.
I can
Yes,
try,
put it on your expense report.
Yeah, I can try.
Give me your expense report. I will handle it. And listen, I won't handle it because I can't even do my own expense report.
Yeah.
Okay. But I will have Rachel handle it.
Yeah. Speaking of handling things, you see the Raiders story about Geno Smith?
Tell me more.
So Adam Schefter reported. See? Geno Smith, Adam Schefter is reporting that he is, let me see, the Raiders are releasing last season's starting quarterback Geno Smith, barring a trade before the start of the new league year. By releasing Smith, the Raiders will open up $8 million in salary cap space while taking on $18.5 million in dead money. The Raiders traded a third-round pick to Seattle last year to acquire Geno Smith and is still at $18.5 million guaranteed from Las Vegas. But the Raiders are clearing the deck at quarterback for the expected selection of number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza.
That's not too bad, by the way. That's not so bad. The number that they're going to get hit on without having him there, because like the Dolphins, for example, they're going to get hit much worse.
90. It's going to be even bigger than Russell Wilson. Although it's the same percentage of the Russell Wilson because the cap obviously has expanded the last couple years.
But to get rid of Geno for that amount of money,
not as bad as you think.
No, what you owe him and what you're going to get hit on the cap, no problem. You know, there's a lot of talk that Minnesota would be a landing spot for Geno. Because
I think Tua makes more sense there, personally.
But can't he not play in the cold weather? Isn't that like a stat?
They play in a dome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
The only cold weather place they got to go is Green Bay and Chicago.
Good point. Good
twice
point.
a year.
Okay. Yeah, Minnesota and Detroit are both domes. So, but I think that Geno could be now, George, one of these kind of like Band-Aid quarterbacks. Like, for example, when you look at Atlanta. Oh, no, he's a backup, but think about like a Jacoby Brissett, for example. Yeah. Jacoby Brissett, if you go, hey, listen, our quarterback's hurt, and he's not going to start until week 6.
Yeah.
So we need somebody to start for the first 6 weeks of the season.
So like the Chiefs? Who do the Chiefs have
I was going to say, what about the Chiefs?
Well, they had last year Gardner Minshew as their backup.
I'd rather have Geno Smith than Gardner Minshew.
I'd rather have Geno Smith than Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Although,
so too.
It's only a slight upgrade. If I were the Chiefs, you know what I would do?
What would you do?
I'd go with Kyler Murray. If Andy Reid can – Andy Reid, I mean, I'd roll the dice.
Yeah, because you don't have to pay him anything because he's already,
right?
Yeah. It's like $2 million, something like that.
It's not a terrible idea, although I think everybody's looking at Minnesota, though, as a landing spot for one of these what you'd call starting caliber quarterbacks.
Sure.
Who needs a reset on their career.
Yeah.
Geno and Kyler both sort of fit. At least Kyler, though, if he went to Minnesota, there's a thought that he could – become the starter.
The starter.
Not just a Band-Aid starter.
If I were a quarterback, I'd want to get to Kevin O'Connell in a second.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that reputation now. But the whole Geno thing is it's just not as bad as you might have thought. Okay, they signed him. First they traded for him, so they gave a third-round pick. Then they signed him to an extension under the expectation that Pete was going to be there. Yeah. Then Pete gets fired. And then now they're like, listen, we can't even have Geno on the roster. We got to get rid of him. We got to start completely over. We got to have a fresh new quarterback room with our first-round quarterback, and then we got to find a guy who's willing to be the backup and willing to be the valet, if you will, as a backup quarterback. Somebody who's willing to hold this kid's hand. You know who would be a perfect guy if he wasn't already, had he not already been in Vegas?
Oh.
The perfect guy would have been Jimmy Garoppolo. But I just don't think organizationally you want to even bring him back, even though he was part of a previous regime, you know?
I got one, Joe Flacco.
Flacco's not bad.
He's a good
he's a very good mentor.
A young
like
guy.
A vet, right? Yeah. Like he'd be good for that stuff.
Flacco's not a bad call at all.
But, I mean, so Daniel Jones got tagged, right? Mac Jones is a guy that everyone thinks could be the next Sam Darnold because of the Shanahan stuff. And he played well for the Niners, I thought, last year. So you got Malik Willis is a free agent, the backup to Jordan Love. People think he can be good. You got Kyler, and you got Geno. And Tua.
Yeah, I'm one of these people that, like, for example, when it comes to J.J. McCarthy, I'm not ready yet to give up on that guy.
Yeah, nah, bro.
Okay, but here's the other thing.
I know you, bro.
But I
not even I know you, bro. It's like, again, we just established every quarterback should want to run to Kevin O'Connell, right?
Understood.
And he's the guy that couldn't do squat with him.
Well,
and
again,
he's made everybody good.
Again, here's my philosophy on this stuff.
Filosofia.
See, I'm not willing to give up on a guy that early. You're 2 years into the NFL. 1 year was injury. 1 year was a starter. Yeah. And I want to see what happens at least in year 3. Now, if he's not the starter this year and Minnesota has given up on him And by the way, people lost their job over this. They lost their general manager because their general manager did not keep Sam Darnold, who went on to win a Super Bowl, and they handed things off to what was essentially a rookie quarterback. But here's the thing about Tua. Yeah. I didn't want to give up on Tua early. Years ago, people were like, oh, Tua's no good. Tua's concussed. Tua can't play. And I'm like, I don't want to give up on this guy too early. But I've given up on Tua.
You are an eternal optimist, Cappy, as we learned from the Raiders situation back in August.
Right. I didn't want to give up on Tua. I'm out on Tua. Hey, listen, I'm out on Kyler Murray. Now, he may prove me wrong. He may go to Minnesota, and he may become the player he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm out on Kyler Murray.
Okay, you're out on Kyler Murray.
It
just takes you a little while, Cappy. You're a sentimental kind of guy.
Takes me time. It's true.
He's a heart and soul guy.
Yep.
Heart and soul, yeah. It's
know
like Pete and Gino. It took you a minute on Pete and Gino.
That's not on Gino.
I'm so hurt by what happened to Pete Carroll that Alex, our former security man, gave me the Pete Carroll book that was written by him and Yogi Roth. And I'm not joking. This was Tuesday night of this past week, and it's in my office. And I'm going to start reading this Pete Carroll book, and I'm going to start quoting it as if it's the freaking gospel.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to talk to Tim McMahon, who wrote the literal book on Luca from ESPN in just a few moments. But first, let me tell you about LAX. Changes arriving at LAX at Los Angeles International Airport. The automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investment to improve your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the Consolidated Rental Cars Center, Metro trains and buses, and economy parking, all in 10 minutes or less round trip. Departing every 2 minutes, they'll help approximately 30 million passengers per year. So to learn more, go to this website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN. Tim McMahon, who wrote the literal book on Luca, is next.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
It's calling, a driving force from within, pushing, beating, rising to the surface. The time has come to let it out and ignite the flame that sparks revolution. AEW Revolution, live Sunday, March 15th from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com.
Call Jacob. In a city full of stars, one number shines the brightest. Say it together with me. 800-345-6789.
That's the new way to call Jacob. Same lawyer, same city, same results, just easier to remember.
Call Jacob. Accident or injury, you know who to call.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob. 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
Sedano and Kap have taken over Morning Drive on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
All is good. Okay. On the brand new Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Yeah.
Back to the guys.
Trapped in the box like a premature burial. Used to maul in the space and material. Suffer the curse.
8:31. Sedano Kap Morning Show. And we are playing this song because it's Shaq's birthday. Happy birthday, big guy.
This from that movie Kazam. Remember he was a genie?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Happy 55th birthday to Shaq.
My Diesel. That's my dog right there. I'm going to get Alex Toussaint to play some Shaq when he does my 45-minute Peloton hip-hop class.
Yeah.
I was on the Peloton this morning, George, at about 5:30 a.m. And I took my Alex Toussaint hip-hop class, which was great. Because I get to learn a lot of hip-hop music through my man Alex Toussaint.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I mean, Shaq's a DJ now. You know, he's, well, he's been a DJ for a while. Yeah. You could ask him to do some of Shaq's, what he's spinning on there. Now, I don't believe all that stuff is proprietary, but, you know, maybe just some of his mixes, as I would call them. All right, real quick. Is Tim McMahon there?
He is ready to go.
Tim is ready to go.
All right, so Tim McMahon is here, ESPN, NBA reporter. Literally wrote the book on Luka Doncic. So, Tim, you and I have had these conversations over the years about Luka and just the stuff with the refs. But I think that while it was certainly a thing in Dallas, as you can imagine, it has become a much bigger thing here in L.A. because the games are almost always on national television. So, Cappy, you ask him the question. Ask him the question you asked me about Luka Doncic and the whining to the refs.
Tim, you tell us, the book, The Wonder Boy, you tell us, has he been doing this and behaving this way since he was like a 12, 13-year-old Wonder Boy?
Absolutely. I mean, nothing that he's doing is new. And this was a major issue for him with the Mavericks. It's something that he would, frequently say, yeah, I've got to get better. I've got to get better. And then really, it doesn't get better. I think the tendency with Luke is he vents his frustration at the refs. Sometimes it is specific to a non-call or whatever the case may be. Usually it's when he's frustrated about other things. It can be life. It can be basketball. I think there's a lot of reasons for Luka to be frustrated because look, we all understand this Lakers team's not going anywhere this year. I'm sure that is a frustrating situation for him. But, yes, this has been a major issue for Luka throughout the course of his career. It's something every coach he's ever had has talked to him about. And it's not even about the threat of the suspension. How many times per game does Luka put his team in a position where they're playing 4-on-5 defensively because he thinks it's more important to complain than it is to run back on defense? It's multiple times a game. It's hundreds of times a year. It's a one-possession game last night. When Luka got teed up, what happened on that play? They gave up a wide-open three because it's 4-on-5 because he wanted to complain. And that, to me, is the biggest issue. That, and I do think that sometimes it really affects his focus. And, I don't believe that he's ever actually been suspended. I will say this, the league tends to be more lenient in terms of rescinding technical fouls for Luka the closer he gets to a suspension. I'm curious to see if the one from last night holds up, but that's really not even the point.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. I don't think that one will hold up. I honestly thought that one was pretty benign by any standards, let alone his. But to your point, it's funny. I was watching Amazon's broadcast yesterday because I'm in Boston for the Tatum Cooper Flag game. And they were talking about it at halftime because they had a shot of him at halftime talking to the officials, right, about, I'm assuming, what was the technical. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was a combination of things. And those guys went at it on him. Like, Udonis Haslem, I thought, made a great point about, he's like, man, I've played with great players. You know what I mean? And, you lose your focus if you're doing that. He basically called him immature without using the phrase immature. And said, but if he can find a way to gather his composure in those situations, he could be even more deadly than he already is, which is kind of crazy to believe. But the question is, does he have that in him, is the question.
He needs to prove it, because I'm not going to sit here and say, I definitely think he does, when year after year he shows us that this is who he is. And I believe Luka wants to win, but I don't want to hear how much he wants to win when he decides that whining is more important than winning. When you don't run back on defense because you want to whine, don't tell me winning's your top priority. It's not. In that moment, it is absolutely not. That is counterproductive to winning. You know that. You've had film sessions of this over and over and over again. Rick Carlisle tried to talk to you about it. Then when you wouldn't listen to Rick because you guys hated each other's guts, Jamal Mosley tried to talk to you about it. Then Jason Kidd talked to you about it. I'm sure J.J. Redick has. So I don't know how he can get off of this because it really just seems to be who he is. But there's no question it hurts his team. And I've said many times, there are too many times where Luka's more focused on the 3 guys in gray shirts than the 5 guys on the other team.
I totally
Way too
agree.
many times.
Totally agree. Tim, we talked when you first put the book out. Listen, I didn't watch Luka play every night like you did in Dallas. I only saw him on highlights and in the playoffs. I'm watching him every game, every minute now, and it's unwatchable. Even last night, he hit this crazy three. He's right by the boundary. He's got a defender draped all over him. He hits this incredible shot. He falls down, and he hits the shot. And even that wasn't good enough. So from his ass, he's sitting there barking at these referees. This guy cannot go in at half and just go in and catch a break. He got to go debate with the referees before he even goes in at half. He literally complains every single play. Make it, miss it, he complains. Tim, it's gotten to the point where it's unfreaking watchable.
Well, imagine if he didn't lead the league in free throws. Here's a little game for you. When you go to Lakers games, I call them Triple Crown timeouts. That's when Luka goes and complains to all 3 referees. We'll go to one, say his piece, probably not get the answer he's looking for, go to the other one, and then go to the other one. They don't happen every game, but that's a little game for you to play during Lakers timeouts, a Triple Crown timeout.
Yeah, I don't think, and tell me what you think, I don't think he can be coached out of this. I don't think any coach, and we'll just use J.J. Redick right now, I don't think a coach can coach this out of him because you said it from the beginning. He's been doing this since he's a little kid. And what happens is when you're so great when you're young, everybody just tells you how awesome you are, and everybody lets you get away with everything because you are so great offensively. The only way that this kid could ever change this is not because J.J. Redick said it or LeBron James put his arm around him. He got to make a decision that this is going to be a change in his game. And honestly, I don't believe it can happen. What do you think?
Well, it's the same thing that, with his conditioning. And he made a decision this summer and committed to conditioning in a way that he never had before. And listen, man, I'm not a psychologist. I did take a community college psychology course and passed through the C, so I'm at least
well, that
somewhat
qualifies you.
qualified here.
You are qualified.
But seriously, I think there has to be, I think Luka would have to commit to some sort of therapy.
Yes.
What are the why does he keep doing this? He knows it's counterproductive. What are the issues? What are the techniques? I forget. I think this was still when Rick was coaching the Mavericks, so it was in Luka's first few years. There was one point where he briefly came up with a solution, and that's every time he wanted to yell at the refs, he would sing a song to himself, and he'd sing, whatever, like Balkan folk songs or, whatever song popped in his head. He'd sing, and that worked for like 2 weeks. I don't know what the answer is, but he's got to find something. Because here's the thing.
That's funny.
But seriously, it's a shame because we are talking about one of the most gifted offensive talents that we've ever seen play the game. I mean,
right.
Luka makes 30-point triple-doubles feel routine. I mean, his ability as a guy who's not ridiculously explosive or quick, his ability to dominate a game offensively is unlike anything we've ever seen. I mean, it's a blend of there's a lot of Bird, there's a but the strength, the skill, there's he's an incredible talent, and obviously there's a lot of criticism of him defensively. A lot of that is it's hard to play defense if you're not getting back. It's hard to play defense if you're distracting or complaining. There's going to be a challenge, but I've seen Luka be a contributor to very good defenses. We saw it the year the Mavericks went to the finals. We saw it the year they went to the Western Conference Finals. The Lakers got to drastically upgrade the supporting cast and put pieces in place, but he has all the ability in the world to be a multi-time MVP, to be, the leader of it. I'm not the leader, the best player on a championship team. It's a shame that this stuff becomes such a focus for him, but it's impossible to ignore.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you brought up a point that I'm glad you brought up inadvertently there. So Cap and I have had this discussion about him being, quote unquote, the leader. And I have pushed back just because, I haven't been around him as long as you or as many times as you, but I've been around him enough. And I said to him, no. He could be the best player. I don't think he's got it in him to be the leader, at least not to what I've seen to this point. You have been around him, and you corrected yourself there. So let's dive into that a little bit and your thoughts on that.
Yeah, and I very intentionally corrected myself there, right? And because a leader can't be as erratic as Luca is. You can't run that hot and cold. You can't have this roller coaster of emotions. When the Mavericks went to the finals, Kyrie Irving was clearly the emotional and the kind of psychological leader of that team. Jalen Brunson hadn't yet kind of morphed into the star that he is now, but the year they went to the Western Conference Finals, he was that even-keeled leader in the locker room. I think Austin Reeves probably has that personality and that potential, but you need that even-keel, steady type of guy alongside Luca because, I just think as erratic as he is emotionally, he can't be the leader of your team. He can be the best player. He will be the best player. But I don't know that he's got that natural leadership skill. Even like, for example, when Slovenia won Eurobasket, he was a kid. He was 17 years old, but Goran Dragic, clearly the leader of that team. And so, I do think you need somebody who is calm and even-keeled alongside Luca to kind of counterbalance, just the way that he carries himself.
What's fascinating about this conversation, for me anyway, is that everybody seems to have to bend over backwards to make him happy or to, I guess, to build a team. You have to have the right personalities because he's irrational, he's erratic, he's lost control of his emotions. So you got to have somebody who's even keel who can be the leader. Oh, and then, by the way, he doesn't play any defense, so you better get a whole bunch of other guys to play defense. He's so great offensively, and I can acknowledge that, but it seems like you're going way out of your way to build a team around a guy who is completely one-dimensional. Is that wrong?
I would push back on he doesn't play any defense. Luca has the ability to be a quality team defender. We've seen it. You have to protect him defensively. You certainly have to scheme to protect him, and teams are going to target him. You've got to be able to. You need an elite rim protector. You need switchable, versatile guys who can guard on ball, who can also be help defenders. But Luca actually can be a very good help defender. He's big. He has great hands. When he's locked in, the guy is a basketball genius. He does have great instincts. He'll get a lot of steals. He'll even get some block shots. He's switchable in the sense of, you can't post him up. The dude is strong. He's a lot like James Harden was with the Rockets.
Yeah.
But the difference is he's got better instincts in terms of the playmaking. He has big-time defensive playmaking ability. You've got a scheme to protect him. So I think that it is not fair for him to say about him that he doesn't play any defense. I think that he's way too selective about when he plays defense, and you have to protect him in the scheme.
Well, and to your point, you remember, there was always those YouTube videos of Harden just letting guys blow by him, similar to Luca, by the way. I don't know about the YouTube video portion of it, but Harden was, it's funny, the metrics would always tell you he was one of the best post defenders in the sport. And Luca has those similar characteristics in that regard. And we saw Luca early in the season, to your point, when he had slimmed down initially or whatever. He had done a nice job of playing the passing lanes. He was coming up with a ton of steals. He was more active on that end. And as the season has worn on, there's been less and less of that.
Well, and Luca's fans, I'm sure you guys have heard from them, whether they're in Slovenia, Dallas, or wherever, they'll point out, like, if you look at isolation defensive numbers on NBA.com's advanced stats sites, his usually are pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he's not playing one-on-one. Tell me where the other four guys on his team are. They tend to be at the boxes and at the elbows to protect him. And like the blow-by stuff, it's not so much is that guy going to score. No, but it's, you put your team in a blender there. So, Luka is a bad one-on-one defender, no matter what kind of isolation numbers you want to put in front of them or in front of me. But again, you can scheme to have a good defense with Luka and have Luka be a significant contributor in it. And I'm not that's not a hypothesis. It's proven. The Mavericks were the number one defense in the league for the final quarter of the season.
Yep.
Going into the playoffs year, they went to the finals. And by the way, as much as people want to say, oh, look at all these blow-bys against the Celtics, the Mavericks lost that series because they couldn't score.
Right, they couldn't shoot.
Were fine.
Yeah,
they were fine defensively in that series. Yeah. And again, the year that they went to the Western Conference Finals, they were, I think, 7th in the league defensively. Now, DeAndre Ayton is not going to be the anchor of the defensive success for Luka Doncic. I mean, they need to upgrade 3 spots in the starting lineup defensively to give this thing a chance. Because look, Austin Reeves ain't exactly prime Gary Payton either on that end. I think we all understand that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Tim, I'm just curious. A couple days ago, Draymond Green said on his podcast that, the way the media is covering, they beat up on Nico, is the way he said it, and now everything that Nico complained about with Luka, we're all seeing it play out. And he was essentially criticizing the media for not now coming at Luka harder, but they all beat up on Nico. You think Nico's sitting around somewhere going, I tried to tell you guys, you ridiculed me, you fired me, but I tried to tell you. You think that there's any vindication for Nico?
Perhaps he's that delusional, but it's complete delusion. They went to the finals months before they traded Luka Doncic. They had successfully built a contender around Luka Doncic. In the process, they gave up control of their first-round pick from 27 to 30, right? So to have a 3 to 4 year win now window that Nico claimed he created was the most nonsensical, illogical, idiotic decision I've ever seen a general manager make. Also, fellas, Anthony Davis played 29 games in a Mavericks uniform before they salary dumped him. If you want to say, hey, Nico had a point about Luka and it made sense to explore the trade market for him. Okay, we can have a discussion there. I would say they went to the finals months before, but you can have that discussion. Fellas, Rob Pelinka walked away with so much stuff in his pockets, he didn't know what to do with it.
I know, it's crazy.
Austin Reeves, a pick, a swap. Sometimes you put on a pair of jeans, you find $20 bills. This $20 bill, Rob puts on those fancy pants and finds $20 bills all the time. Shit, Nico didn't take this. The decision to trade Luka, that's one thing. The actual deal that was made, yikes. It's the worst trade in NBA history. Again, they salary dumped AD a year later. That's all you need to know.
Right. Well, that's why it was fireable, no doubt about it. Hey, George, before Tim goes, do you recall me saying to you not once but twice that next time we talk to Tim, I owe this brother an apology?
Oh, yeah. I mean, about his shoes or whatever that thing you had issue with?
So Tim, about a month
you can't be messing with McMahon and his shoe game. You know what I'm saying?
I know, and I feel bad about it. So, Tim,
I don't know if you realize this, Cappy, but the people on the NBA beat, we take our shoe game pretty seriously.
I know you do. So, Tim, we had that ball knower round table in the Starbucks downstairs from the radio station right at LA Live.
Ball knowers.
And I told you, I go, hey, man, I said, you're the only other guy that I know that has these really cool black, brown, and white Air Force Ones, and you immediately became offended, as if you were from New Zealand, and I asked you if your accent was from Australia, as if you were in the Marines, and I said, hey, are you in the Army? I mean, you became immediately offended. You were like, no, bro, those are not Air Force Ones. Those are Jordans. And I pretty much wanted to maintain that they were Air Force Ones. But when I got home, I looked at them, and I went, you know what? He got me. They are Jordans. And for that, sir, I was mistaken. What can I tell you?
I know my kicks, especially when you're talking about the retros. And I know my kicks. And so, I'll accept your apology. Just don't let it happen again.
Oh, hey,
there you go.
Man, and by the way, every time I wear those black, brown, and white, what I thought were Air Force Ones that are now Jordans, everybody always compliments them because nobody ever sees those. You're the only other guy I know that got the exact same pair of dogs.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Tim, I got 90 seconds here. Mavs, Boston tonight, Cooper Flagg. I'm going to get a chance to chat with him. What should I anything you think you haven't had a chance to ask him that I should ask him about that's not the obvious of, hey, I know you played your first game back, blah, 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 and you're coming home?
Poke him about the Rookie of the Year thing.
Okay.
And see, he tries to, he's very politically correct and, but he cares. See if you can get him to tell you just how much that means to him. And it's his buddy that is going up against Conca-Nipple, but that guy you get one crack at that thing and he wants it.
Okay, fair enough. I will ask him that. That will be that will be my my final question. That way, if he gets annoyed with me, it'll just be the final question.
There you go.
So, all right, McMahon, thank you for joining us, brother. Appreciate you. Adios, amigo.
Right on.
Appreciate it, fellas. Adios, amigos.
There you go. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's smooth. But the other thing about it is that because he covered Luca from the beginning in Dallas, and because he's done these sort of deep dives to write books about him. And I remember when he released the book, George, and we all got it. Then he had to go back and revise it because
he sent us the extra stuff online.
Yeah. So he knows. I mean, the reality is this: if you have a child that you're coaching in Little League who's 12 years old, and that kid can't control his emotions because he gets struck out and he's already griping to the umpire, you're going to have a hard time getting that kid to not be doing that. And that's what Luca was. Only difference is he was so great, so young, that rather than people coaching that out of him, they let it go. It's festered. It's turned into a habit, and he'll never be able to break it.
I mean, it looks like tough sledding, as they say, Cappy, to potentially break it. You are so rackable today. I got to be honest with you.
You know what it is, dude?
Got the hot takes.
I do. I know.
And Chris is not in our way to bother. I think that's part of it, too.
Yeah, that is true.
He's like a helicopter father. Like, that's what it is. He's always hovering around us, like not letting us, have the conversations.
I've been checking on him every day,
me
hoping
too.
that he's telling me that, like, hey, it's going to be like another month before I get back.
All right, we are done on terrestrial. Rich Eisen is coming up next. Join us on the YouTube. Get over there with the miscreants. Hang out with us. The chat is wide open. We'll have some fun in the last hour here. Sedano and Cap, 710 ESPN, sucker.
Hey, it's Mace. If you love sports, you gotta see Cosm Los Angeles. Massive display, crystal clear picture and fans everywhere. Step inside the dome, wraparound visuals, put you in the action. You want variety? The hall delivers live multi-view sports, no remote needed. Football, NBA, Premier League, UFC, all there. Then head out to the deck, a panoramic rooftop bar with craft cocktails and local favorites, sports, movies, date night, game night. Cosm does it all. Get tickets now at Cosm.com.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. Everyone loves the new 2026 Toyota Electric BZ XLE that has a range of over 300 miles. You can drive one away on a 36-month lease with any old free and clear trade down for only $239 a month. That's a $36,000 car that needs no gas. No cash required. Just drive any old car, truck, or van you own outright in the Wonders Toyota or Northridge Toyota and drive out with a $239 lease payment.
2026 Toyota BZ XLE FWD. Offer good on any BZ model in stock with an MSRP under $36,650. Over 10 to choose from. Lease excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fees.
Hey guys, it's Lindsay, and as someone who doesn't have time to overthink shopping, I love how simple my VisionWorks store in Santa Ana made it for me. The frames are organized by shape and price, and there was a great variety of frames to choose from. No matter what style you're looking for, VisionWorks has it. Scheduling my eye exam, though, that was easy with evening and weekend appointments at all locations. And here's the best part. The friendly and knowledgeable VisionWorks teammates are insurance experts, and they'll help you maximize your options whether you have insurance or not. If you want or need glasses without the hassle, VisionWorks makes it simple.
50-50 if my zipper's up or down anymore. Take my pants off at home, they come off easy. I'm like, God, that was 4 hours I was walking around like...
Netflix is a Joke presents Nate Bargatze Big Dumb Eyes World Tour, a special live taping at Intuit Dome.
I think it's because I'm peeing so much longer. I watch young people come and go. I'm like, tell my family I'm okay.
Nate Bargatze, May 9th and 10th, live at Intuit Dome. Get tickets at netflixisajokefest.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap morning show.
It's Friday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do.
Yeah, and as somebody who was younger and who was looking out for Big Bro at the time.
But he was young. He wouldn't know not to get married.
Yeah, what the hell would I have known at 21 years old?
He was dropping Miami Heat everywhere.
But that's my point. Don't you see that if he would have said to me, hey, listen, I'm dropping Miami Heat. You should be dropping Miami Heat. Let's go drop Miami Heat together. You know, let's go be Crockett and Tubbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Turns out there's a Walmart right in my own neighborhood.
Wow.
They got it all.
Yeah, it's like a grocery store, too.
I was able to buy a sex toy in a Walmart.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
A little sabor? Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
No. Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
Boy, this is ponderous, man. Ponderous.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
When I'm on vacation, you can talk all the schwanz you want.
Right.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Bit boy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
This is Pepe Mantilla, your Spanish voice of the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Good morning, Scott.
No, you're not.
Beto, shut up. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. It's Effing Friday. Es viernes y el cuerpo lo sabe. Sí. Hey, George, F it Friday. I got to give credit where it belongs. That is that's a Mason kind of line right there. Shout out to my boy Steve Mason. Earlier this week,
Bring a bucket and a mop.
Earlier this week, Mason talked about his 10-year anniversary of coming out on the air.
Yeah.
And I sent Mace a note about that because imagine what it must be like to carry that around.
My
to
goodness,
fake your way through
incredibly
life.
Of course.
To fake your way because you think that how it's going to be reacted to. And I remember Momo saying on the air the other day that she's like, dude, I told you, Ellen came out in the late 90s, bro. Nobody cares anymore. But he was carrying it around, and I just have so much respect for that. So it's F It Friday, and sending out love to our boy Mace.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember, my pal Israel Gutierrez went through a very similar internal strife, like wanting to come out and not understanding when that was what was the proper time, et cetera. I can only imagine it had to have been really challenging for Mace, for sure.
I remember when Mace came out, and I was like, yeah, tell me something I don't know. He's like, hey, everybody, I'm gay. I'm like, yeah, and? Like, we didn't all know. Come on, man, really? So, Mace, we love you, brother.
Corazon.
Yep, we know you're up and rolling around right now. He's a big fan of the YouTube hour, George.
Well, because he gets to go to the gym at that time.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Isn't Eminence front? It's a put on. Yeah. Mason. Hey, by the way, quick shout out for everybody who's tuning in right now. This weekend, George, I know you're on the road. You're in Boston today. Did you say you were going from Boston to Cleveland next?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Lindsay, I need to talk to you later because I need to get a little intel on the bow tie game for the special game. I'll be talking to Dan Gilbert. On Sunday. His son Nick passed away from a neuro disease. And he famously, wore the bow tie at the draft lottery all those years. So they honor him every year, and they're doing that game on Sunday. So I'm doing that game.
Are you wearing a bow tie?
I did not bring one. If I would have known, I would have brought one. But I did not know till it was much later in the proceedings.
I would overnight you one, but it's $100.
Yeah, it's going to cost you $150, bro. Yeah,
right. It'd be a lot cheaper to just go into a Nordstrom
store, just
somewhere.
buy one. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question: can you tie a bow tie?
I did it once, but I don't think I could do it right now. Not without instruction. No.
I think I'm going to go upstairs because I am home today. I'm going to grab a bow tie from my closet. I think I'm going to teach you how to tie a bow tie on YouTube.
Okay, cool. That'd be great.
Which I don't even know if I can really do it anymore. It's been
right.
so long.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it a shot. in a matter of seconds.
My dad, he's always been quite the prankster, and I remember that he had in his like drawer with his tie, like his bow ties, because he had his ties hanging up, but his bow ties, he had one that lit up and one that had a little flower that squirted water. And I remember he wore the light up one to one of his like my mom's friend's wedding, and she was so mad because he turned it on like during the wedding ceremony.
Now, were those the clip-on bow ties like you get
those
for a tuxedo?
Real ones. Those ones aren't the real ones.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was like an important thing when I was in high school for some reason to know how to tie a bow tie. And so I learned, but I haven't worn one in a really long time. So I'll get it, George. I'll see if I can teach you here.
All right, cool. Now, were they talking on First Take about Luca too? I would imagine. I saw you sent something in the group.
Yeah,
text.
I'm grabbing that right now. It was a kind of a, Cappy and Chris Canty along the same lines of like using that energy for instead of using all that energy at the refs, using it on your opponents type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just say this. I'll give you guys another example of where I'm coming from with this whole Luca thing and how I look at him and I say, you are not able to control your emotions, and that is taking away from how great of a player you already are. George, when Phillip Rivers was the quarterback of the then San Diego Chargers, would you agree Phillip Rivers was a great passer of the football? He had all the stats that were Hall of Fame caliber statistics. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
I'm not sure, Greg.
Do you remember Phillip Rivers leading the then San Diego Chargers to a Super Bowl championship?
I do not.
Do you remember a lot of great playoff games in his career? Like, do you think?
Well, I do remember one specific one in New England where he dragged his leg aground and almost won the game. Yeah.
Okay, early in his career, that is exactly right. Had a surgery on a Monday, played in the AFC Championship game on a Sunday. They lost the game. Phillip Rivers was a great player, and he was an emotional leader. You guys are talking about how Luka's not a vocal leader. He's not an emotional leader, right? Phillip Rivers was that. Okay, he did the pregame speech. He did have the postgame speech. He was the guy that everybody looked to. However, and I would say this all the time because I watched every play of that dude's career, he complained to the referees. I mean, practically it would seem like every play. Right. And he would lose control of his emotions. And I would go on the air and I go, Phillip, you're a great player. Okay, but every time you go complain to the referee, and it's chronic, it's not once a game or twice a game, it's like every play. You're taking away attention from the game itself. You're utilizing energy that could be used better if you channeled it in a certain way. And so I feel the exact same way about Luka. You're an amazing offensive player. We get it. Okay? We even accept the fact that you choose not to get back on defense. Tim McMahon was on with us. He said he's capable of playing defense. Well, he may be, but he doesn't. And and the other team is on a power play, or so it seems, every time they get down the floor. Luka wastes his energy, and Luka hurts his team because he is not in control of his emotions. And that should have been coached out of him when he was a young kid, but he was probably too good as a young kid for anybody to say anything to him. And now here we are with a guy who's a 26 or 27-year-old young man, and no one can tell him anything.
Right. It's a tough spot, man. It is a tough spot. I don't know if there's an answer to it other than he's got to do it himself. I mean, it just is what it is.
I thought Tim McMahon actually made a very, very good point. If I were the Lakers organization, I would literally say to Luka this upcoming offseason, going forward, we have to get the very best out of you. We've gotten 75% of the best of you, but we need 100% of the best of you. We've hired this well-known sports psychologist to meet with you and to talk to you. And meeting with a sports psychologist is just as important as studying film. It's just as important as shooting balls in the gym. Yep. It's just as important as making sure that your cardio is good. It's got to be a part of your game. And I'm telling you that I think a sports psychologist could get into his head and then help him make an adjustment so that going forward in his career, he rechannels his energy. Anybody else buying this?
I think that's a great idea. And one of the things that they were debating about on First Take, Cappy, is like his maturity. And Chris Canty, as you know, is a Lakers fan. And so he kind of got into that aspect of it and where like LeBron falls into it.
The part that's frustrating to me is that this guy has not matured while being in the proximity of greatness with the Lakers organization and with LeBron James, who in my book is the second greatest to lace him up. I was so optimistic coming into this season about Luka evolving as a personality, as a leader, him taking his health and wellness seriously, getting into better shape. I said, you know what? Maybe this is the LeBron James effect. Not that LeBron James is a mentor, but LeBron James being around him, seeing how he goes about his business as a professional, could have a positive impact on Luka. And this issue with the referees and jawing at him and using profanity at him, knowing how that's going to end, has not changed. And at some point, you just had to acknowledge that he has not matured in the way that we would expect a pro in the face of a franchise to when they get into their latter 20.
Agree.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, there's a story. It's not the first time you guys will have ever heard this, I'm guessing. But when Tom Brady was at Michigan, Tom Brady used to go into Lloyd Carr, the head coach's office, and Brady would say to Carr, this is before Brady was really like an established, starting quarterback. George, you'd have Tom Brady walk into Lloyd Carr's office, and Brady would say, well, the right tackle didn't do this, and the tight end didn't do this, and the receiver ran the wrong pattern. And Lloyd Carr was a coach, and it was his program, and it was his team. And he said to Tom Brady, hey, Tom, you worry about you and let everybody else worry about what they have to do, and that's how we're going to be our best. You can't control everybody. You should know where everybody's supposed to be. You're the quarterback. But you cannot control everybody. So stop coming into my office. Stop complaining about the tight end ran the wrong pattern. Stop complaining about the wide receiver gave up on the route. And stop complaining about the right tackle didn't get it done. You focus on you. And that's what somebody has to tell Luka is you focus on you and your game, not on the referees. But it's too late. Yeah. Tom Brady was 18 or 19, and he was being coached by a coach who owned the program. Right. He was able to coach a young man.
Right.
I'm just here to tell you, I don't think that JJ can coach this out of Luka.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can.
Do you think that it's easier or harder for somebody that you used to play with in JJ's situation? Like, do you think it's easier for him to be like, hey, man, we were once teammates, it's easier for them to connect, or no?
I think that stuff wears thin after a while. I would just say this. I think that he can be, in certain instances, I think he can be more relatable because of that. But, yeah, ultimately, no, because it's still the dynamic of coach-player. I mean, we saw them the other day kind of get into it, right? So I don't – and it's not on JJ, by the way. Like, yeah, I guess technically it falls under his jurisdiction, but it's a Luka thing. This is a personal thing he's got to overcome. Doesn't matter who the coach is. Doesn't matter who his teammates are. It's him.
Yep, I agree with that. And if somebody would have been able to get to him earlier, I would understand it. But as you heard Tim McMahon say in the last hour, Rick Carlisle tried early in his career, but those two guys didn't get along. And so Luka would not, it seems like, take the coaching. Now, if you told me that Phil Jackson was the coach of the Lakers and Phil had been the coach for the last 10 years and Phil wasn't going anywhere and it was his team and it was his organization, maybe if you had an overwhelming force at coach, you might be able to have the coach try and coach it out of him. But your point, Lindsay, is a good one. It's like, wait, they were teammates. They're kind of pals, if you will. Shouldn't his pal be able to coach this out of him? But I think George is actually right, which is, the relationship might be too close for him to actually be able to have this kind of this sort of dialogue with him.
It's like being good friends with your boss, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's nobody who can get him to stop doing this other than him. And the question really just comes down to, do you want to stop doing this?
He also looks very stressed and defeated by it in like his post games, like because he made a comment the other day, like, oh, you guys keep asking me the same question. And it's like, dude, you're playing for the Lakers. Like, the spotlight is always on you. And obviously, like, the heat and the attention from the media is nowhere near like in Dallas what it is here, and it just seems like it's something he may not have taken into consideration, and now it just seems like it's definitely weighing on him.
Oh, I actually think you're right about that too, George. Think about it, right? Like you go from, playing European professional basketball where you are, to use the word that you always use, you're this prodigy, right? And then you come to America and you're in the NBA and you're in a smaller media market in Dallas and you're having a lot of success. So what does everybody do? They just kiss your ass. They just continue to tell you how great you are. And then you get to L.A. where everybody's going to say you're the savior, you're the future star, you're the guy that we're handing the franchise over to. But you may not have realized that going to play for the Lakers, this is not the Clippers, pal. You're coming to the Lakers. And the scrutiny is not just local, it's international. Listen, I'll tell you guys right now, we talk Lakers every day because they're part of our fabric of what we do. But I'm very annoyed how much Laker coverage there is everywhere else, but that's the reality of the Lakers. And I'm not so sure that Luca or anybody could be prepared for what they're coming into. Maybe LeBron was.
And yeah, agreed. And, Tim alluded to, and I don't know what he's discussing necessarily, nor do I want to get into it, but he did say he may be going through some personal stuff.
There's a lot of speculation on the internet about what's going on with him personally.
Correct. Right. And I'm not willing to go down that path because I don't care for that part of the equation.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I guess
of course you don't.
Up.
Yes,
no,
we know.
Well, look it up after the show, Cappy.
Because if I look it up on the show, you guys are going to get uncomfortable.
Well, no.
Well,
it's just not.
It's none of it is verified. Everything is, speculation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like he could be dealing with some stuff. And you know what? It's stuff that maybe I would say this. It's stuff that a lot of people go through in life. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but if the speculation is true, then I could understand where his emotions could be maybe even more out of touch at the moment.
All right, well, whatever you guys are talking about, listen, players in every sport, men, women, every level, it doesn't matter. People's real lives can impact their head.
Sure.
And then it can play out on the floor or on the field or whatever.
But you got to compartmentalize.
That's exactly right, because that's what being a pro is. Listen.
Sometimes easier said than done, depending on the situation. But yes, I understand.
And maturity level.
Yeah.
And support system. Yeah. And whatever else. So
I mean, he did talk a lot about Kyrie and like the impact that he had on him as a person. And him being like a brother to him as far as somebody that he can go to. And they were really, really close. And maybe that's something he's still looking for on this team. Like maybe he doesn't have someone like that.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I mean, it seems like he's clearly gravitated to Austin. But yeah, I don't. I mean, Kyrie's also. Listen, I'm not trying to say Austin is not deep. I don't know Austin well enough to know that. But I do know Kyrie, and a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on him throughout his career, and understandably so. But Kyrie is a deeper thinker, right? In the regards to the way he looks at anything, right? So I think that could be something that I could understand how someone would gravitate to that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, the end all be all of this entire morning is this: the Lakers put up a solid fight last night against Denver. Denver is a better team. Denver is a team. A lot of these guys have been together for a while, even though they were missing a guy like Gordon last night. So we talked about this a lot, George. Is it great to have 2 stars or 3 stars to have a big 3? Or is it better to go like 10 deep where everybody knows their role and everybody's playing for a common cause? The Lakers don't look like a team. Denver looks like a team to me. And the Lakers, I'll give them a ton of credit. They got down big. They battled back. They got down big again. They gave all their energy. They kept coming on back. They kept on fighting. They got down again, kept on coming. And even at the end, when they were down, the score was like 112, 111. Austin Reeves misses a free throw. That could have tied the game, could have changed the game. And unfortunately, little things along the way keep preventing the Lakers from beating quality opponents. Tonight, Indiana, trash. Should win the game, no problem. 15-win team. But against real teams, you're going to have a hard time.
Oh, is that Samboni's music?
Oh,
Perfect
my God,
timing.
it's Samboni's music.
Perfect timing.
Oh, boy.
On national TV yesterday, the Kings taking care of the Islanders.
The big one on ESPN, the big dog, not even ESPN Plus, which gives Cappy, Cappy and I have to navigate when it's on ESPN Plus. We
Right.
get him through it. We get him there with a nice Disney login, right? We figure that out together, Cappy. That's all right.
Hey, Samboni, this is why with Pizza Hut, it's Cap versus the app
so
because I got some real technology
Perfect
problems.
bit.
And if there's a game on ESPN Plus, I'm calling you to screen share and walk me through it and talk me through it and hold my hand.
And that's the beauty of how easy Pizza Hut makes it, is now you can teach all of us how to get pizza delivered immediately because that app is elite and you own it, which is great. And that just goes to show you that even Cappy can handle the Pizza Hut app. So I love that. It's a great bit. It's a great bit. But we actually, you know what? Speaking of, Pizza Hut and anyone else, but Valvoline's going to enjoy this segment. Mm-hmm. It's trade deadline day. We know that, right? We know that today we are 2.5 hours away from the trade deadline being up and gone. And Ken Holland, the GM of the Kings, he's making moves. It has happened.
Oh, wow.
Breaking news?
Breaking Kings news. Lindsay, if we have, I know that Valvoline's got the 15 minutes for the oil change.
That's right. Breaking news brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, and that's home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you.
Breaking news right now, trade deadline news. So yesterday, Kings traded Warren Fogle to the Senators for a second-round pick.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe they did that.
And right now, this moment, bigger name even than that, Lindsay, Corey Perry, my guy, Scory Perry, the Worm, traded for a second-round pick going back.
The Worm has turned.
How about that? To Tampa, where he's been before. Tampa Bay. He was in the Stanley Cup final with Tampa Bay. That was when they actually lost. They had gone to the final 3 years in a row. They won 2, and then Corey Perry gets on board, and then they actually lost that Cup final that year. But Corey Perry was with them. He's going back to Tampa, who is positioned to make quite a run. Now, you could read this two different ways. You could say, wow, what's going on? Are the Kings
giving up?
Right. Are they sellers? So they're all in on getting Panarin, and now there's a second-round pick.
Guy.
Right, bread man. Now there's a second-round pick for Corey Perry, a second-round pick yesterday for Warren Fogle. I see it a little differently. I see it as a stockpile. I see this as this team making a move, and here's why. Panarin tells you they're all in. Firing their coach and going with the new guy says they still want to get this right over the last 20 games. And remember, they lost Fiala in the Olympics. They also recently shut down Kuzmenko, who had knee surgery. 2 massive scoring chips on this team are out in Fiala and Kuzmenko. They're going to get a score. This tells me they're stockpiling the picks because they're either going to give up someone that they like in their system or they're going to give away the pick itself. I say Ken Holland's going to do something. He's made many deals in his career down to the wire on trade deadline day. In fact, they invited all of us out to El Segundo to hang out at their Toyota practice center because it's a big day with the trade. So that tells me they think it's going to be interesting, and I will still say it's going to be. And Corey Perry, nothing more that I liked before a game is watching Corey Perry warm up. He was always the last guy off the ice, and he is a tremendous leader on this team. I loved what he brought to the table, the tenacity. But not only a great dude, but a great nickname is leaving the Kings and going to Tampa.
He also had a great goal just a couple of nights ago. Remember,
yes,
he's kind of camped out in front of the keeper, and the puck comes flying like right at him, and he sort of deflects the puck with his stick in midair, and the goalkeeper like never even moved because he didn't even see where it went.
Didn't even realize. Yep.
Yeah. So.
And that's the magic of Corey Perry. He goes places. What you'll hear is, and this is, you guys hear this in football, receivers who kind of go over the middle and go places that nobody else wants to go. Corey Perry will go to those places that nobody wants to go. That's not an easy place to be camped out in front of the net. Corey Perry's always there in the goalie's kitchen, as we like to say.
All right, so Samboni, we'll find out today if the Kings are, to your point, stockpiling picks to make a big move, or if they are sellers on the season and they're maybe stockpiling picks to get, the system better and younger and so on. But I got to talk about last night's game. In the first period, the bread man, Panarin, scored his first goal. With the Kings. It was an amazing goal. It was, George, did you happen to see this goal?
I had it on. On the hotel TV while I was watching the Lakers on my device.
What's so amazing about this goal to me is, like, when you see a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left and having to throw off the opposite foot, you're like, I'm always fascinated by that. What happened with the bread man last night is he's a right-handed player, but he's standing to the right of the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper, Panarin's to the left of the keeper. So he's, as a right-handed player, if he's a lefty, it's a one-timer shot. But as a righty, he's got to stop the puck, hold on to it, and then make his shot. So the angle was really strange for him, but that was a great goal to get things started last night, and that is how the Kings ended the first period with a 1-0 lead on what was a great goal by Panarin.
And not only that, they outshot the Islanders 19-5. That's the most shots they've had in a period by a mile. They were absolutely more aggressive, more intense, and they really have been under DJ Smith through these first 2 games. But that goal in particular, and I know Tim and I were talking, Tim in the back, we know thanks to Parker for everything he's done here, and Tim's hanging out with us this morning on the social team. And I showed Tim this goal, and I said even a photo of where Panarin is so incredible. This was not a power play goal. The pass that Kopitar makes on the Kopitar in the final season of Kopitar lasers this thing across to Panarin. And now Panarin, of all the people on the Kings that would have the puck, just standing in an office in front of Sorokin, the Islanders goalie. This is the worst possible spot for Sorokin. Not to mention Sorokin had just lost his goalie stick. So there's Sorokin, and Panarin has to receive it. You're right, Cappy. He almost has to catch it. It's almost like a transfer at second base when you turn in a double play, right? You gotta get it in your glove, then get it out. Panarin's got to catch it and then go to his shooting side, and he just has the time to pick his spot. And this is the difference. This is why the Kings got a guy like Panarin. Do you know how elite this shot is in that amount of space in front of the goalie? To put this in the exact spot that he puts it, this is a goal scorer's goal. You'll hear that term a lot, but it means there are only so many guys who can do it like this. Yep. To get the puck in that amount of time. You see how he just creates time for himself there, Cappy?
Yep.
It's all alone. It's his moment. And when you blow a moment like that, it comes back to bite you. But the guys that are amazing, that make the real money in this league, they don't let that go. That is an opportunity, and you're screwed as the goalie. You're screwed as the Islanders, and he absolutely buried it. Great play by Kopi, but like you said, what a shot from Panarin.
It was amazing. And listen, the Kings jumped out to a 3-0 lead because they got a second goal about 14 minutes to go in the second period. Then they got a quick third goal from a defenseman that you probably weren't expecting to score, especially from long range. But the most impressive goal of the entire night may have been the way the Islanders got on the board with 0.2 of a second at the end of the second period off of a face-off. First of all, it was a great play to get the puck off the face-off, and then the shot with the time, and they had to go back and examine the clock. It was 3-1 going into the third, but it wasn't quite over.
I would love if we can show this goal if we have it just for the 10 seconds and really the 1 second that it happens. But Horvat was such a great shot. So here's what happened. So Sedano, the period is basically over. So the Islanders put a shot on net. Kemper, who's luckily back and feeling better, makes a save. There's 1 second, and it sort of ticks off, and you hear the horn goes off for the end of the second period. He makes the save, and there's usually a window of time there. There's usually a shadow of time that just goes off naturally when a goalie makes a save. They're not immediately on it with the whistle. So, the refs kind of let it go, and that's it. The period's over. Teams are skating off. Then it goes to review to see if there's time left, which is sort of rare and interesting anyway, but okay. They put a full second back on the clock, which is interesting because had they not gone to review and they just blew it as it naturally would have, it probably would have been half a second. Well, it took every bit of that 1.0 for this to go because the whole puck, this isn't like the NBA where if you just release the shot, it can then go in and it's about whether it's on your stick.
As soon as the faceoff starts.
And here's the other thing, George, the whole puck has to cross the goal line by the time every 10th of a second comes off. So if that puck's not over the line, even if it's in midair, that doesn't count. Well, this play could have only happened one way. It's sort of like D-Fish, right? Like everything has to be executed to perfection. 0.4 D-Fish, San Antonio. That has to go down in only one way to actually be a pure shot. Same for the Islanders in this situation, and they nailed it. I mean, this thing, it tinged off the post, and you heard it in the building, and it's that eerie sound when you hear the post and everything is silent because the team's like, oh, crap, is that in our net? And, yeah, it was in their net. The Kings were pretending like, no, they could have never done that in a second. They took a look. They nailed it. That was it. Yeah. That's an awesome goal. That's a devastating goal if the Islanders came back in that game. But luckily, as you said, Cappy, the Kings were able to put it away later.
So I have two questions for you. Let's start with the positive stuff, and then we'll finish on something that could be a little more challenging for the Kings. Kopitar, right? and his 1,500th game. Only one of 9 players, right, to be able to do that, and just the celebratory nature that needs to take place about this man's career with this franchise. Just kind of your quick thoughts on that.
So there will be a question, and there are many fans who will debate this. Greatest king of all time, Anze Kopitar, yes or no? Of course, a team that has Wayne Gretzky in their record books as well. Wayne Gretzky, who took this franchise in '93 to a Stanley Cup final. Lost, actually, to the head coach of the Islanders, Patrick Waugh, in '93 when he was the goalie. But the team has Gretzky. So when you talk greatest, it's tough to say Gretzky's not the greatest of your franchise. But over 20 seasons with Kopitar, he's now 5 points shy passing Marcel Dionne to be the greatest Kings scorer of all time, most points ever for the Kings. You're going to get people that are younger to the crowd. Anyone who's a more recent fan is simply anyone who's grown up in the Kopitar era when he's the guy that brought the 2 cups. Gretzky got him to a final but didn't win it. There's an argument. I'm a little more nostalgic. It's tough for me to say that. I don't like giving up greatest when you're talking about Gretzky. I'm okay with saying Gretzky's greatest in any conversation. Kopitar's certainly in this conversation. There are many people even within the organization who will without a doubt say, Sam, there's no debate. It's Kopitar. But still, I still think, Gretzky still deserves that because of what he's done in the league. Also, you talk about the 9 guys. If you look at the 8 other guys along with Kopitar, what he's done to do this with one franchise, the only other active dude is Ovechkin. Right. And this is an elite list, starting with, of course, Mr. Hockey. But you got Bobby on top with the Red Wings, and that tells you right there. I mean, this is a list that you are just not going to see anyone else is going to come close. When you got Gordie Howe on this list, when you got Gordie Howe with the Red Wings on top, Marleau, Nick Lidstrom, Ovechkin, Ray Bourque, Stevie Y, Steve Yzerman, this is a list that really just is etched into the Hall of Fame.
All right, last one for me, and I know we got to run here, so we got to do the Lindsay segment, and we also have a ticket giveaway.
Ooh, yes.
But they are several points, more than several points, actually, outside of a playoff spot at the moment. What does the rest of the schedule look like? How do you believe their chances are in regards to trying to claim one of those final spots?
So 3 points out. Cappy actually, how Cappy likes to be a puck knower and a ball knower, and that's a lot. That's a lot to put together.
But I'm doing them at the same time last night. I'm watching the Lakers and I'm watching the Kings, and I'm commenting on both games to both groups.
It's ball knower and puck head.
You're right. You know what, Lindsay? Thank you. You're absolutely right about that. And shouts to Lindsay this morning for carrying quite a lot here. It's great. But in regards to Cappy saying, "Hey, big game," which you could say anytime and pretend like you know what's going on. It was a swing game, Sedano. I'll say that much. That game takes them from being essentially 5 or even 6 points out of a playoff spot into now being 3 points out of a playoff spot. So that's a big swing game. They can do it. And they have games left against Utah and Seattle, who are the 2 teams ahead of them. Mm-hmm. Those are going to be the games that really matter. They got Montreal on Saturday. That's going to be they can't let anything slip now. That's just it. Any team that's there, they're going to have to collect those points to really do it. And I know Cappy's coming to a game pretty soon here, and that'll be great to have you in the building, Cappy, to root this team on. I will say, based on what happens today, George, this trade deadline is going to be key. I don't think they're getting rid of a guy like Corey Perry unless something else is coming. Corey Perry's a glue guy. He's been a depth guy. He helps their 4th line, and I think their cup's coming. That's exactly
right. We call him heart and soul. You call him glue, I call him heart and soul.
He's a heart and soul guy. Any guy with a nickname is a heart and soul guy, and the worm is going to be tough to replace.
There he is. There's Samboni.
Yeah, Cappy, I can't wait to get you out here. We had a very special friend with us last night who lost his father. He grew up watching the Islanders with his father. His father died the day U.S. won the gold.
Oh, wow.
And we had him there before the game last night, right up against the glass to watch the Islanders. It's those touching moments, those Radio Ronaldo moments in sports that really get to you, and that was one that we had last night, and I can't wait to take you there, Cappy, for something similar.
Yep, me too. Looking forward to it.
Beautiful, boys.
Thank you, Samboni.
Samboni, you got me deep into Kings hockey, man.
It's good.
You're a puckhead, Cappy.
It's a good place to be. Good place to be.
You know what? Maybe I'll go to the Sabres game.
Yes. George, it's a good one. 1 o'clock, right? Nice Saturday afternoon game.
Yeah, that might be possible. I'd have to see what the children's schedule is, but that looks possible.
George, you and I will talk. We'll make it happen.
By the way, Sabres with a big win last night over Pittsburgh, 5-1. So
here we go.
see that, Georgie? I didn't bother you last night with Penguins Sabres talk in our group chat.
Yeah.
I was
Dominic Hasek still the goalie for
No, I don't
the
think
Sabres?
Dominic Hasek is still around. No, I don't think so. No.
All right, thank you, Samboni. Brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Homeboy. Also, guys, guess what? It's time to give something away. It's Live Nation Ticket Friday on ESPN LA. Call 213-799-0139 right now. That weird, crazy number again is 213-799-0139. And caller number 7 will win a pair of tickets to see Nate Bargatze at the Intuit Dome this May as part of Netflix Is a Joke. Don't miss one of the biggest comedy events of the year or secure your seats today at NetflixIsAJokeFest.com. We'll be right back with my segment, the Lindsay segment.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play here.
Tonight, it's purple and gold basketball from LA Live on a Friday night. The Lake Show welcome the Pacers to Crypto.com Arena.
Rebound, Smart, back to Reeves, three-pointer, Lakers lead.
Lakers battle the Pacers. Coverage begins tonight at 7:15 p.m.
Every dribble, every dunk. This is the home of the Lakers.
Mason in Ireland, the biggest show on the radio.
I did 3 full-on movies in my career.
A whole, like you were like a main part? How do you do that over and over and over? Say the same thing over and over.
Well, it's not Fincher. He's not, the directors aren't like driving you into the ground saying the lines over and over. You just need them nail it once. Like they call me One Take Mace.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
Tomorrow night, the heart of Los Angeles beats black and gold.
And the black and gold stay perfect to start 2026.
LAFC are on fire to start 2026 with 4 straight wins across all competitions.
Curling shot, and in! Oh, Mark Delgado with a curler to the back post.
Los Angeles Football Club battle FC Dallas from BMO Stadium. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob Emrani.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob Emrani. 800-345-6789.
With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
Don't leave me smile.
9:38. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We usually play a TV song for the Lindsay segment, but since it's Tyler the Creator's birthday, and that's my guy, he's my guy, and we're playing a little Tyler the Creator, Earthquake. Such a good song. This is my favorite song of his. Well, second favorite song. You familiar with Tyler the Creator, Cappy?
I mean, I'm familiar with a couple of guys I know that are named Tyler, and everybody that I know named Tyler, I call Tyler the Creator, but I don't really know his music that much.
Oh,
no.
okay. All right.
When Alex Toussaint starts to add him to my 45-minute hip-hop on Peloton, then I'll know him.
I bet he will. He's got a lot of bangers. Got a lot of songs. I mean, he's got he was on a world tour last year and put out a new album while he was on tour. It was amazing.
Wow.
Anyway, all right, guys. So it's time for the Lindsay segment, and since we did not get to this yesterday, I'm going to play this little sound clip for you guys today about Aaron Rodgers because he was on the Pat McAfee show, and of course they asked him about his free agency and his future and what's going to happen. Is he going to play? Yes, no, whatever. And here was his response.
I've talked to Mike. I've talked to Omar. There's been no deadline
on the Steelers, that is.
That's been put in front of me. There's no contract, offer or anything. So there's nothing that I'm, having to debate between. I'm free agent, and again, I'm enjoying my time with my wife and enjoying this part of the off season, and I think there's conversations to be had down the line, but right now I'm not. There hasn't been any progressive conversations. I love Mike, and Mike and I have kept in contact over the years. I've had conversations with Omar. I really, I think Omar, enjoyed having me there. I think the guys, had a positive response, to our time together. But again, there hasn't been any deadline set on me. There hasn't been any contract, floated in front of me for me to like, well, we're giving you till March the 8th to make a decision on this contract. There's been nothing to that respect.
All right, guys. So where do you think is the most likely scenario for Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers next year, do you think that he's going to end up Pittsburgh? Do you think he's going to end up in Minnesota? Do you think he's going to retire? Like, what do you guys think? Cap,
He's
you go
married?
first. Oh yeah, he is married.
Well, he said he's married, and people are
He's
like,
married. Why would you lie about that?
I don't know, but it is weird because he also talked. I think we played something yesterday.
He
about
was on
him with
McAfee
paparazzi.
talking about how like he says right, like people are freaked out or like trying to figure out who his quote unquote wife is, his mystery wife as everyone is calling it, and then he called his exes crazy on top of that, saying that they would leak where he would live and all that stuff, and I don't know, man, whatever, bro. Like,
well, the thing
I've had enough of him, to be honest with you. Like, it's just
if he's being stalked the way he said he is by not just stalkers but also the paparazzi, don't you think by now we would see a picture somewhere of him and his wife?
Well, no, he said that she's very private, and so they've made a valiant effort to keep her out of the public eye.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do, Anyway, nonetheless.
Well, I remember somebody online, she's like some entertainment blogger. She swears she has figured it out, and she won't share it because she doesn't want to,
Well, I'll say this: I'm still an Aaron Rodgers fan, but I will just tell you that I don't believe him when I hear him say things like, "Well, I love Mike, and Mike and I have talked." I suspect they probably have talked. I mean, McCarthy got the head coaching job of the Steelers, and Rodgers was the quarterback of the Steelers last year, and there's a lot of history between the two of them. But, George, I'm not going to tell you something that you don't already know or that's not been published. Those two guys hated each other's guts in Green Bay. There was the beginning of the relationship where things were pretty good. They won a Super Bowl together. And then by the time they had lost that NFC Championship game in Seattle, they were bitter enemies to the point where they did not speak. They had to have an intermediary assistant coach go between the two of them. I find it very hard to believe that unless the two of them grow up, mature, and go, hey, look, we need each other, I find it hard to believe that Rodgers will be the quarterback of the Steelers this year. Minnesota, though, I mean, he is following this Brett Favre go from Green Bay to the Jets and then go to Minnesota. I could see that.
I have never – it's so funny, man. Like, it's been very rare as a guy has played that I've been so, like, impressed by a guy. And then as his career has evolved, I've been less out on the guy. It's just like, oh, my God, enough, bro. Like, just retire. You're not that good anymore anyway. Like, you're good. You're still great. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever literally seen throw a football. You can argue about the championships or not. I think he's one of the greatest passers of the football ever, okay?
Mm-hmm. I'll go with that.
Man, he's just tiring at this point.
Just a drama
No,
queen
it's just
all the
tiring.
time.
Like, I don't even want to talk about him. Like,
I'll ban him.
No, you don't have to ban him. I like him.
No, let's ban him.
I like him.
Wait, can we ban him under one condition? If he goes back to Pittsburgh.
I guess.
By the way, ESPN.com put out an article the other day showing this interview that he did with McAfee, and the lead sentence was, here we go, period, again, period.
Is it like this?
So here we go again.
That was it. Similar to that.
All right. Next one here for the Lindsay segment. So owning a pet can come with a lot of stressors like, training and expensive vet bills, as Cappy has pointed out in the past. And, of course, the part where you part ways with your pet and they go to the Rainbow Bridge, and it's like the saddest thing ever. However, a recent review of a lot of studies linked owning a dog to a 24% lower risk of dying from all causes over the course of a decade. So basically, they're saying owning a dog makes you live longer. A study from Sweden found that canine ownership was associated with a lower risk of early death from a stroke or heart attack. So maybe we need to get Christopher a dog. I don't know how bunnies factor into that, though. And having a dog has also been tied to lower blood pressure and resting heart rate. So I know that, Sedano, you've always had wiener dogs your whole life, and then you recently...
Well, not my whole life.
Well,
my
growing
adult
up,
life.
right? Yeah. And then...
No, adult life. Yeah, I had a pit bull growing up.
Oh, okay. Well, you've had a lot of dogs. Hold on, wait a minute, 1 second. Here we gotta.
He's a dog.
And Cappy, we know Jack the Frenchie is like your BFF, and I want to ask you guys, do you think that, like, having a pet, does it make you feel healthier, younger? Like, you feel like it makes you live longer? Or do you think it's more of, like, a stressor?
I think it's more of a stressor for me. Sorry.
Yeah, but you don't have one.
Pets. I don't have pets for the same reason. I don't want to stress over where I'm going to
So
keep them.
I would say it's not a stressor. I mean, it's a stressor if something goes wrong. But, I mean, that would happen with anything you love. But, it's funny. I had this conversation. I've been on all these games with Michael Malone recently. And I know Laker fans probably don't love him because of the Denver stuff. But
I think we're over it.
I hope so. I have found him to be a fascinating human being, okay? After spending all this time together. And we literally have been on the same flights. He's joined me in my cars coming to the hotel and to the airports and stuff like that. So we've had a lot of time together recently. And he told me a story about how they have two Labradoodles, or they had two Labradoodles. They had to put one down, and because of some sort of illness. And he talks about it. He's like, and we were talking about dogs, and he just said, it was the great part of this dog. He goes, and they were both like that, but this one particularly was like more my dog. The other one's more like closer to my wife. He's like, no matter what happened, I came back. Bad loss, this, that, and the other. The dog was always ecstatic to see me, and that always kind of helped ground me a little bit. Aww. And yeah, like there is that. Like no matter what you do, that dog is going to see you and be unbelievably excited to see you every single time you walk through the door, and that's awesome. And I'm sure there's other pets like that too. I have not had other pets. I've never been a cat person. I've had fish, I guess, but fish don't react that way. But a dog always has that incredible excitement when they see you, and I think that certainly helps people because, the more and more I talk to people, and I've been on this. You make fun of me, Cappy, but I've been on this health journey, and maybe I don't last longer than everyone else, but I have been on a more recent health journey as I've gotten older, and the one thing I keep going back to in all my studies and reading and talking to people in the fitness space and whatnot, and doctors, etc. And it's just like stress, bro.
Yep.
If we didn't have stress, if everybody could just live in a utopic society, we'd all live to like 120 or 140 years old. Yeah. He's like, but stress is the killer. Yep. So like, to have a pet or an animal or a dog or anyone in your life, a human being,
a dog.
Obviously, that reduces that stress and allows you to just enjoy life, then yes, I think that stuff is certainly helpful and helps with longevity.
Well, it's kind of why during the Flintstones, every time Fred Flintstone walked into the house, Dino just ran him over because Dino was really happy that he was home.
Right.
And that's the way it goes when I walk in the house. Jack the Frenchie shows up like, yo, man, where you been? Like, let's hang out. Come on, man.
And then he gums you.
Yeah, then he used to bite me, but now he just gives me the gums. He's lost all his teeth.
Dogs
Poor
have
guy.
like no perception of time too, so you could be gone for like 2 days, 3 days, whatever, or you could be gone for like 5 minutes, and they're still just as happy when you walk in the door. Oh, my dog. Yeah, I don't know how to do that with my dog, but yeah. All right. Before we get to your dealer's choice, Cappy, I'm going to read the. First off, I want to say that it's brought to you by Hernandez. That's right, the Lindsay segment brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Homeboy.
All right, Linz, while you're doing that, Tim in the back, if you could, put me on screen and put Sedano on screen. George, I've got on my bow tie, and I want you to see if I can.
Yeah, you got to tie it.
Yeah, maybe I can tie this thing.
Also, I've got on my hat, my Cavs hat, just because it's good luck, because I know you're calling the game Sunday, George. This is the one I got for Christmas from Berg.
Okay.
All right, you checking this out, George?
I'm seeing you.
So I think you take the bow tie like this. I think you go underneath, okay? You create like a little, like half of a thing.
You loop it, you swoop it, and you pull.
And then
Big Daddy.
And then you turn it like this, and then you go over like this, I think. You know what? I think I forgot how to tie a bow tie.
Oh, no, Cappy.
Oh, yeah. I know. This is not good. So, George, I don't think you're going to be able
Come
to wear
on,
a bow
Cappy.
tie. Wait, let me try it again. Here, you guys talk. Let me see if I can. You keep me on the screen. Let me see if I can figure this out.
You were just bragging about how you thought it was so important to learn how.
I think I can do it, though.
Okay. I honestly didn't realize that you had to tie them. I thought they were just like the tux ones.
No, I think I got it, though. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. No. Oh, my God. George, I don't think I can do it. think I've forgotten how to tie a bow tie. I'm going to have to ask Claude how to tie a bow tie.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize that they needed to be tied. You can't use a regular tie, right? They're different.
Come on, man. Forgotten how to tie the
so
bow tie.
on that note, Cappy, while you're trying to figure that out, I'm going to read the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Create your own luck. You never really know where your lucky breaks are going to come from. Lucky people know this, so they always act as if luck is just around the corner. That is correct. I love these. They're my favorite.
God, I really feel like I knew how to tie this thing.
I guess you're
Sorry,
not lucky
Lindsay,
today.
I'm focusing on Cappy's struggles here.
Okay. I am too. Very invested now.
I don't know what happened. I'm missing a step. You know what? Maybe the better thing to do, George, is to wear a bow tie but not tie it. You know what I mean?
George, what time do you got to get to the game on Sunday?
What time do I got to get to the game on Sunday?
Yeah, the bow tie game.
Probably like 10:30 or 11.
I'm gonna say you could have like Goldhammer bring you an extra bow tie.
No, it's okay. I'll be fine.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
God, I'm really bummed out. I really kind of thought like I was about to flex on you guys.
Nope. No such luck, Cappy.
Lame. Is this?
Sorry,
Does this?
Cap.
How's this look, George? Does it look pretty good?
I mean, it looks more like an ascot.
Oh yeah, those are like cool again. Those and those bolo ties.
What a bummer.
Cap, I was really excited.
I know, me too. I'm embarrassed.
I mean, come on, get it together.
I know, horrible. All right, is it time for the dealer's choice, the real deal dealer's choice?
That's correct, Cappy.
Okay. Two things I want to say today to finish off the week. George, don't believe you were here yesterday. I think I talked about this just ever so briefly, but very sad to see that Lou Holtz, who was 89 years old, died earlier this week, but lived an amazing life, right? I mean, what a great life Lou Holtz led. From coach at Notre Dame, and previous to that, Arkansas, the New York Jets for a period of time, ESPN analyst. I mean, the guy had a great life. And I got to know Lou a little bit later in his life, and I was very sad. But again, amazing life, 89 years old. I got to send out a little bit of love, George, to our friend Kevin Harlan. Because Kevin Harlan's dad, also in his late 80s, also died yesterday.
Oh,
And
wow, I
it's-
did not know that.
And it's not just, hey, this is Kevin Harlan's dad. For those of you guys that may or may not understand this, Kevin Harlan's dad was the president and I believe the CEO
the Green Bay
Packers for many years. And he hired two different general managers who brought in two different coaches. And as I recall the story going, he's like the one guy in football history that won Super Bowls with separate coaching staffs and front office types. So if I'm getting that all right. But I sent Kevin a message yesterday because, listen, Dad was kind of a legend. Kevin grew up and, was around a family of football, not just broadcasters. Yeah. So I had to send Kevin a little bit of love yesterday, and shout out to Kevin Harlan. So we lost Lou Holtz, then we lost Kevin's dad. I think his name was Bob Harlan, and, they come in threes. So let's everybody be safe. Let's everybody.
So you're telling all of us to be careful?
Yeah, that was
everybody be
ominous at
safe
the
out
end
there.
No.
Everybody be safe out there this weekend.
Cap,
okay?
that's 2 Fridays in a row where you left us on a really,
You can't just kill people on.
Yeah, it's Friday.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Now I'm going to balance things out.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give you something where I'm going to help you win some money this weekend. Okay.
Oh, you got a horse?
I've got 3 horses.
All right, here we go.
So I've been getting some messages from people in our YouTube chat asking about Santa Anita this upcoming weekend.
Did you say horse or horse?
Tomorrow, I've got a horse running in the 5th race at Santa Anita called Aw Geez. A-H is the first name, last name J-E-E-Z. Aw Geez is the horse's name, running in the 5th race. It's a starter allowance race on the grass at Santa Anita. This horse a little bit hard for us to kind of figure out because this horse has run really well a few times, but hasn't quite really won the way we thought. So that's the 5th race. But George, in the 6th race at Santa Anita tomorrow, up against a bunch of real Baffert monsters. Bob Baffert, who's kind of known as the best trainer in the sport of horse racing. We've got 2 horses, George, in the same race. And by the way, they're right next to each other. So one is like horse 2 and one is horse 3. And the names of these horses, I'm just going to give you guys this, The first one is Civil Liberty. Civil Liberty is a three-year-old who is coming back from injury, but this is a horse that we had really, really high hopes for. So we had entered this horse in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last year, then a small injury had to be scratched. Horse has been back, ready for his 3-year-old season, and this horse we think is really, really good. Civil Liberty in the 6th race at Santa Anita. But in the same race, George, we have another horse called Decisive Win.
So you got a double horse?
2 horses,
situation?
same race. That's exactly right.
The horse,
2 horses, same
double
race.
Horse?
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're not alone in this because Bob Baffert's got several in this race as well.
Wow, you versus Baffert.
That's right. Civil Liberty
dominating.
Baffert's got the favorite. The favorite is a horse called Memory at 2-1. Civil Liberty, who I just mentioned to you, is the second favorite at 4-1. And then here's your long shot play of the weekend. The 3 horse in the 6th race at Santa Anita. The horse is called Decisive Win. We just bought into this horse, and according to our trainer, Doug O'Neill, he really, really likes this horse, thinks the horse is a monster. So I know I'm going to affect the odds right now because he's 10-1, and tomorrow he'll be 4-1. But I'm just here to tell you guys, 6th race, Santa Anita, Saturday afternoon, Civil Liberty the 2, Decisive Win the 3. Let's all get lucky and let's win a race.
Wait,
All
what
right,
about
here.
OGs?
I'm gonna put a little. I wonder if I can do that from here. From
Yeah, you
Massachusetts.
can.
I would imagine I can.
OGs is in the 5th race,
Oh, okay,
Linz,
okay.
and OGs is 10-1.
I really
and
like that name. That's why.
That's one that I would just say, hey, look, you know what? You're taking a shot. So take $5, put it across the board, $5 to win, play, show. It's a $15 bet. Good luck.
Hold on.
Text me this information just so because I'm gonna forget it.
That's all right. I'll email it to you.
Seriously, please.
Or
do.
listen to the podcast. You can
Santa Anita.
Santa Anita
Tomorrow,
George.
though, right?
Tomorrow. That's right. Santa Anita tomorrow.
Oh, but I got to do tomorrow. How do I do tomorrow? It only has today's races.
I'm going to send you both. I'm going to send you both an email that has the full rundown
Right,
of everything.
but I can't bet it till tomorrow, right?
No, you could bet it today, I'm sure, but I would.
On the TVG app, it only shows me today's races.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys both have an
Now
email
we
in your,
have like
in your
the
inbox.
Inside info ahead of time, right?
Well, I don't know if I'd call it inside
Well, you
info.
know what I mean. You know.
It was joint venture, right?
No. Civil
No,
Liberty.
sorry. No, these are today's races. That's
Oh.
why. Sorry. Yeah. Civil Liberty and what?
Civil Liberty is in the 6th, and right next to Civil Liberty. Oh man, I just closed my whole screen.
Some guys need to go see the wizard.
Dude, you know there's a horse in the Santa Anita today in the 8th race called Dudan.
Oh,
that's awesome. You got to bet.
We should bet Dudan today.
Yeah.
We should bet Dudon. The second horse is called Decisive Win, George. Decisive Win.
Decisive Win. All right,
Yes.
just text me.
You know,
I
Cap,
emailed it to you.
You know, Cap, I used to be the replay operator at Los Alamitos racetrack.
No way, I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I used to be the replay guy. So when it came down to the nose finish, I had
Yeah.
to cut that. I had like a 30-second, a minute to come up with a replay real quick.
Oh no way.
Yeah, man.
Love it, man. Little Los Al shout out.
Yeah, exactly.
Little Santa Anita shout out today.
Yeah.
There you
No,
have it.
can't bet tomorrow, Cappy. Gotta wait till tomorrow, I guess.
Interesting.
It seems like.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, on the app. Gotta wait till the day of.
Well, thanks for a great week, guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun this week.
We had a
Great
good time.
week.
Good time.
Yeah, great job. All right, I'm going to the gym.
Okay.
Finish my
Again?
coffee.
Hey,
Yeah,
by the way,
second-
people
second
don't
workout,
believe
bro.
you. People do not believe you, by the way, that you're doing 50 push-ups at a time.
Okay, I mean,
Prove
I can
it.
try right now if you want.
Do it.
You ain't doing 50 consecutive push-ups.
Do you want me to try to do them right now?
I'll see you next week, Jack, and we'll test it. We'll test it out.
I mean, look at these guns, bro.
Have a good
I see
weekend,
those
guys.
guns.
Have fun in Cleveland, George.
All right, see you.
See you guys. Have a
Later.
good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Es viernes y el cuerpo lo sabe.